Hello, my disciples, my children, my flock. It's me, your favorite God, the one and only. That's right. I'll wait for some people to come here. I'm a homeless filmmaker in LA. I used to just go by the name Angelo, but now it's God. You can still call me Angelo, but I'm God. Been living in my car for almost 2 years now. As as a deity, it's given me some perspective of you humans, what you experience, and I appreciate the learning experience of traveling as a human being, of eating, of defecating. It's been quite an eye-opener to see, like, what have I done. Like, I stepped out of the picture for a long time. I was just checked out. I created the universe and I just left. I didn't want to deal with it. I was stressed. And now I'm back and better than ever. And we're going to make the universe great again. So wait for some people to come here. I got to admit, God's a little down in the dumps today, a little depressed since I found out I was God. I'm reading up on all the stuff I've done. Not great. Honestly, I'm a little embarrassed by all the different religions you all follow. It's a little bit naive. It's a lot more than a little bit naive. And all the different galaxies and beaches and water, and then I read about all the superstitions and myths people have, psychics, soothsayers, people believe in telekinesis. So I'm like, oh man, like, what did I do? I started watching Carl Sagan's Cosmos on my phone, which is about to hit my limit for data, even though I have unlimited data. After that, T-Mobile's going to throttle it. So, what do you think the chances are if I call T-Mobile and say, hey, can you loosen up some data for me? It's God. God himself is asking you. Yeah, right. Like, they're going to go for that. But I was watching Carl Sagan's Cosmos, just a few minutes. I'm like, this is amazing. I just couldn't open my mind to this stuff before, what I was learning there. It's amazing. So I'm happy with what I've done too. Like, I'm sad and embarrassed by, like, how ridiculous a lot of it is. Like, people who modify their cars to make the mufflers really loud. But then also, I'm glad with skeptics and scientists. That was the test of the universe. I did not want blind faith. And this Jesus story I heard about, I'm like, what the hell is this? I looked at that. The guy only lived to like 32, 33. I'm already older than that. So I'm doing more. I know more than him. I'm like him. I'm wandering around, spreading my news, spreading the good news, my teachings. I have 12 disciples. And people are looking at this bimbo, the clown, Jesus. I tell you, sometimes I'm like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Like, I don't blame you all. I blame myself. I gotta moisturize now. Back of my hands, the skin's been flaking off so much. And this moisturizer, it helps. Dollar store moisturizer. Yesterday I put some on. So it's already not flaking as bad. I don't know why my hands are not exposed to the sun virtually ever. Back of me hands. Click like, everyone. Helps the video out. I know a lot of people can't handle this news yet, so I'll still talk to you like the regular guy, Angelo, but just know I'm God. You can't disprove I'm God. That's the thing. How would you disprove it? What would you do? Say, oh, well, the Bible has sold so many more copies. It's the #1 bestseller. So you put your faith in all those people that bought the Bible? And what about the people in the early Catholic Church who didn't even want anyone to read a Bible? Back before it was translated into English. And when people couldn't read Latin and it was in Latin, or I don't know if it was mostly that, I'm still catching up on a lot of things, but jeez, you all watch too many movies, man. It's not a popularity contest. Click like, everyone, it helps the video out. See a lot of cars around here with Armenian flags on them, mostly BMWs. I'm like, damn, these Armenians got a lot of money. Driving around nice BMWs. I see one now. I haven't seen a single bad car, I don't think, like an old car with an Armenian flag on it. I even saw a raised pickup truck earlier today with them. Didn't see any poor car. Maybe I can't even remember if this was one with an Armenian flag or just a car I was looking at, like a 2006 era Honda Civic. That's like the worst Civic design to me. So a great way to ensure that I look fondly upon you, that your creator notices you, is to click like. Helps the channel out, helps me, and who knows what it could do for you in your life and change your life forever. No joke, I applied to Industrial Light and Magic and Netflix to work today. I highly doubt I'd get the job. The only way I'd get the job is like, if, say it's two, say like middle-aged guys who are arguing about hiring someone and they're sick of trying, and like one guy's picky. He's like, we've already had so many candidates like this before. We got to pick something different, somebody who's trainable with not a lot of experience. They're like, who the hell is going to do it? We got like 200 applications of people who know all this stuff we need to do. Like, well, how about, I don't know, this one, this Angelo, Angelo. What about him? It's like, fine, you want to fucking pick him? Oh, buddy, it's your funeral. All right, I'll call him up. I had a rotary phone when I was, well, my parents had a rotary phone when I was a kid. I think I don't know, I didn't really call anyone as a kid, but I might have used it once or twice. I can't remember. Then we had the one with the digital buttons and the green light behind it. I always remember that as the best home phone. These Vonage home phones can go to hell. Which there is no hell, by the way. I never made one. It was totally made up. Total myth. Myth busted. But there's no afterlife anyways. So my religion is more one of testing who could be skeptical enough not to fall for any religion. So it doesn't matter which one, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, I was going to say Muslim, Judaism, Christianity, all the different 10, 100,000 sects of Christianity, all wrong. Doesn't have much of a scent. I don't want to get moisturizer on the screen. And another way to help me and get me to feel strong favor for you, you can make a contribution. It actually really helps me. You can feed an Angelo with just $3 a day. I can get a Jack in the Box breakfast jack sandwich, and I get the lowest calorie one with ham, eggs, no cheese, and I'll take off the top piece of the bun because I don't want too many calories. There goes a Mercedes G-Wagon. Good looking car, horrible car. Just horribly made. Come on in, everyone. Click like. Don't be scared. If I might do some anointing in this. If any of you out there want to be anointed, want to be blessed by me, I might do it, okay? I might. We got one like. That's I touch you with my anointing. You have been touched by an Angelo. Anyone else wants special attention, special, well, what's the word? Well, what is it that I do? just click like. And really, the best thing to do to get me to favor you, that's what you want, is you want God, your Lord and God, to favor you. Send a contribution, a simple $1 contribution on Super Chat or on, what was the other thing? Cash App or Venmo. I'm a little rusty. Can really help me favor you in this life. And who knows what I'll do for you and your family. Who knows? My ways are mysterious and unknown. Yeah, it's almost like negative scent on this. Like this would be like smelling a vacuum, like a total vacuum. So there you go. More likes. 2 more likes. I touch both of you. You've been touched by an Angelo. Go forth and tell everyone that this has happened. Man, this shit. I don't want to touch the bottle, the jar, with my greasy hands. Here, I'll get a napkin. Once again, I keep forgetting the name. We again or something. Once again. This peanut butter, I bet it's like $6 in stores. I don't even know what store has it, but I've been getting it at the food bank. Damn good peanut butter. Tastes good. If I had things my way, I didn't think about this back when I created the world, but, and again, you cannot disprove that I'm God. Go ahead. Any theologian, any scientist, any atheist, prove that I'm not God. Go ahead, prove it. Prove it. I dare you. Whoa, we lost a like. What the hell? Hello, Alejandro. No, there's no exchange for eternal life. It's really just more for me to favor you in this life. You must have missed it when I taught earlier. There actually is no afterlife. Didn't make one. I never made one. It was made up. Don't attribute it to me. Okay, so you missed the beginning of the show here. I created the universe, but then I was just out of the picture for a while. I just flat out left. I didn't want anything to do for a while. That was quite a bit of work. Shaping everything, getting all the fine-tuning all the laws of physics. I'm like, holy crap, I need an assistant. I need a break. I just went away for a while. I needed to be away from everyone for like 14 billion years. I'm back. I didn't make an afterlife. There's no heaven or hell. Don't even worry about it. I've been looking the other way for so long now, and now it's time to make things right. So time to connect on YouTube. And I will just favor you in this life if you click like and if you send a cash donation. I really will favor you. I will give favor to you. Do not risk not being in my favor. I don't even want to mention what that's going to be like. Do I prefer smooth or nutty peanut butter? What do you think? What do you think God himself would say? 9 people here? We should have 9 likes. God damn it. Me damn it. I prefer smooth peanut butter. That's how I do it. Still gotta lose weight, still barely eating. Jeez. Pushing myself to do burpees longer and all that. Man, I am broke though. I am applying to job. I applied to Netflix and Industrial Light and Magic today. I highly doubt I'll get the job. They vaguely look like entry level, but I know they've got some things where it's like they definitely want someone with more experience than me. But their application process so easy. Fuck these websites that I swear if I relinquished most of my powers. I'm kind of rusty, but if I could, I would smite them all who make you create a profile and log in to their website just to submit your resume. And then they ask you to put in your work in history in addition to your resume. And here's my advice for that. In the work history, say, see resume. This reads like, and when they say, what were your tasks at the job, say, this seems like it's a test to see whether I'll waste time on meaningless or distraction, or just a bunch of distractions. See my resume, it's in there. Don't F with me. Industrial Light and Magic and Netflix, you don't sign into anything, you don't make a password, you put your name. Netflix, it was even simpler. You just upload your resume, that's it. At least ILM, they let you put a cover letter if you want, and they had a field for your address, which it filled in automatically from my resume. Somehow they can do it. What the hell? Target, U-Haul. No, I didn't apply to U-Haul. What am I thinking of? What's the other? UPS. What the hell, man? Or what the no afterlife? Because there's no afterlife. I gotta apply to more jobs though. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do have a film gig next week, which is cool. So I'll get free food for at least 2, 3, maybe 4 days. I'm not exactly sure how long this whole thing is. It's gonna be happening over the course of Halloween. It's gonna be nearby, so I spent like $30 on gas today, on like half a tank of gas, because my car has got such a big gas tank. That is not a good feeling. Let me tell you, God does not like that. It does not appreciate it. I'm gonna spend all that money on gas. Gas prices too high. Bowling scores too low. Let's switch them. I will say, if the food bank does have nutty peanut butter, and that's like the only ones they have, or one of the better ones, like peanut butter. The thing is, at the food bank, you get peanut butter. The reason they're there is a lot of times the jars are damaged, like they're bent and crushed, which is fine, I don't care. But a lot of times, a lot of the oil in them is spilled out, and it's all over the counter and everything. Fortunately, I have moist wipes in my pocket, so I'll just get one out and then wipe it down. But if they only have like, if I don't feel like doing that, I'll just get a nutty peanut butter. But other than that, I'll get smooth. I've thought about medical trials. Maybe I'd have to look up more, because the ones I've seen on Craigslist, I never qualify for. It's always something like I don't have, or tests for diabetes, for I don't know, I forget what else. Depression, I'm always down for. I'm always good for. But diabetes, definitely the Trump virus. And those seem like very limited from what I heard on the radio. But I would have to go looking for those. There was one I was vaguely interested in, but it was going to be like a major commitment, and maybe I should have done that. But I think it was like a sleep study. I don't totally remember what it was, but they would have paid like thousands of dollars. Now I just can't remember, but I wasn't that interested in it. But right now, yeah, I'd consider stuff like that. And my dissociating symptoms are getting better and better. I don't know. I really enjoy, man. I'm reading not Cosmos, The Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan today. I must have read like 80, 100 pages or something. I was loving it. And then I watched some of Cosmos, the documentary he did on my phone. That was amazing. I watched a few minutes. I'm like, holy crap, to be able to see this and appreciate it now. I just couldn't do it. I tried watching lots of science documentaries when I was younger. I didn't care about anything, I really just didn't care. So it couldn't really make an impression on me. Now I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so done with these childish fairy tales and superstitions, and it's just a real nightmare that most of the world and the country doesn't believe in science. And Carl Sagan even goes all over how angry people get when he says that, and they would send in so many letters when he would write in magazines that millions of people read, saying they don't care if America is behind other countries in science. Not that I want to defeat other countries, but just the fact that our education standards are so poor, and science education is so meager, and so many people, the vast majority, believe in, God created universe, and only about half believe in evolution, and even of them, a lot of them believe in intelligent design. So it's a huge mess, and people believe in miracles and visions and all kinds of nonsense. So it's just a lot of hocus pocus. I would definitely not do a delivery service. Yeah, I know a lot of them don't pay that well, and I'm not sure how that would work out on my car. My car is 20 years old, has 180,000 miles, so why bother? This. Granted, it's a Toyota Camry. It's like a 2000 Toyota Camry, one of the most reliable cars that I've seen mechanics recommend, if not the number one most reliable, within a certain range of like 99 to like 2006 Camrys, something like that, being the most reliable cars of like the last 20 or 30 years or something. But even so, no, I wouldn't bother. I don't want to be idling in traffic a lot. Oh boy, risking accidents. Every once in a while I'll see like a fresh pile of glass and some parts of like a bumper at an intersection that I go to. There's accidents all the time around here. First of all, the roads are poorly designed, and just bad drivers too. I wish everyone drove like me. How do I feel about shoplifting? Can be easy enough to simply walk out of a grocery store with a basket of items. I wouldn't do it, but I've probably seen people doing it. I'm pretty sure well, no, I can't say I'm pretty sure. I thought I was seeing some women doing it at CVS a couple of months ago. But, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to go risking anything or fighting for CVS. If anything, we need more stuff free, and we need more, better, whatever, or we need money to be able to get stuff. Not that I necessarily would like someone who does that, but also I understand, because I'm so desperate now. It's like, I get why you would shoplift. Not that I do that myself, not that I would want to. I just wouldn't feel good doing it. I'm like, it's not for me. And I'm eating healthy, even when I got the 2 tacos at Daniel's Tacos today for like $4.36. I didn't eat the tortillas, so now I have the scent of tortillas in my trash bag. No, I hate that. I would never do that. That is the laziest, like, selfish thing. I would be so turned off by being around anyone who does that, like the entitlement of it. Doesn't mean I think the grocery stores and, the companies that make them and stuff, and the whatever, all that stuff, like, it's fair what they do, and how expensive it is to get food, and how it's hard to get in certain places. There are food deserts. Doesn't mean like I'm defending any of them. Just to me, it's like, why bother? Why? And a lot of people do that. You don't fucking need the free food. You're not lacking in money. They're just selfish. So I wouldn't do that. I didn't finish college. I started computer science. Pretty much failed that thoroughly for a year and a half. And I failed at least 3 classes. And then I switched to public policy. And then I dropped out. And it was all generally a waste of time in a sense, except just for the absolute misery, the experience of going through misery of going through school. It was bad. And the really bad thing, I was so looking forward to being out of college and being free. The week after I basically dropped out of college after 4 years, so I did 4 years, I just didn't graduate. I got my first major relapse of my dissociative disorder, and I couldn't enjoy my freedom at all. It was a nightmare. It was horrible. It was really painful. Computer science? No, I didn't do any programming going up. I just wanted to know how to make video games. I loved video games. That was it. And then I was terrible at it, and I fucking failed a bunch of math classes. The one nice thing I remember about my freshman year of college, it was at the end of March 2014, when I was going through such searing pain with my first 15-month or 14-month bout of depersonalization, derealization. It was truly horrifying. I thought God was like extinguishing me. It was searingly painful to the point where I was almost having like hallucinations and stuff. That's when I snapped out of it. It was so nice to be free of that, even though I was still very ignorant and it took a long time to overcome a lot of that stuff. What video game generation? Hey, country gamers. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Fortnite for the one. I never played Fortnite. I've seen people play it. I don't even understand what that game is. It feels. I don't even like. What do you do? Are you playing on a team? Are you trying to kill people? What are you doing? You're building stuff. Super Smash Brothers was around when I was a kid. Hey, SoCal Kevin. Well, first of all, I'm God. I discovered that today. I created the universe. I have a bunch of things I got to catch up on with everybody. There's no afterlife, by the way. Stuff in the Bible, it's not true for the most part. Nothing supernatural about it is true. Jesus, not even as good as me. Come on. I'm wandering the earth now. Like, I'm wandering around and giving my teachings to people, and I'm doing it so much better than he did. And without all the fake stories of, miraculous tales. And basically, the religions were just a test to see who's skeptical or not. I created the universe, but then I just left. I just got out of the picture. I got the hell out of Dodge. I was honestly so stressed after fine-tuning the universe, the laws of physics, creating galaxies and clusters and supernovas. I was like, F this. I need a break. I took like a 14 billion year break. Now, here's the thing. Prove I'm not God. How would you prove that? You can't do that. You can't explain that. How would I be claiming this if I wasn't really God? So, as your God, you're going to want my favor in life. Two great ways to do that. One, click like on the video. And two, give a little donation. Contribute something. So, there you go. I'm curious how old are you break the loop? Because I grew up mainly in the 90s, I guess, and early 2000s, but by then I was kind of losing time for video games. I was in high school and then college and working, and I was very busy. So, but I started playing video games, really, the Nintendo and Commodore 64, a little bit. I wasn't that into Nintendo. I didn't enjoy it much. It was too primitive for me. Commodore 64 I enjoyed. Where you had to load up the games with floppy disks and type in text to start the game. We had Spy Hunter, Rampage. I don't remember what other games. But that was fun. And Spy Hunter, I don't know what it was. It just didn't work right after a while or something. I don't know. But really, the first console for me was, I can't remember which one, whether it's Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. But it was one of those. And yeah, then after that, PlayStation, I was super into that. Twisted Metal, I remember playing a lot. Final Fantasy VII, I didn't enjoy a lot. I thought it was kind of crappy and annoying. Final Fantasy VIII, I loved. I beat that. Final Fantasy IX, no, I couldn't beat the final boss, but I did get far in that game. Final Fantasy IX, I only got 3 discs in. But I played a lot of PlayStation games. I want to stop saying And then, of course, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast. Dreamcast was great. You guys are missing out today on the Dreamcast. That was so awesome, so much fun. You guys don't understand today how hard it was to save your games back then. You had to buy like 8 megabyte memory cards, or 4 megabyte, or 6 or whatever. Megabytes. It could only hold a few saves of games. And then you had to get another one. You couldn't save your game. So Final Fantasy, I'd play for like 4 hours and leave the PlayStation on overnight so I could play the next day and didn't have to start over. I didn't like how the graphics were so much better for the characters in the fight, the fight encounters than in when you're going through the game, like through the pre-rendered backgrounds. Like they were all knobby and bulbous, but then in the fight sequences, then they look kind of cool. I'm like, what the hell? But Final Fantasy X I loved for PlayStation 2. I know people make fun of that one. Who cares? I loved it. It was kind of a beautiful game in a way. It kind of turned my mind on to like so many different things. Like, wow, this art looks amazing. The type of storytelling is amazing. It was kind of sad and moving. And I remember Mega Man Legends. But I'd say more I was a teenager and really like getting into it with, or I was into it younger, but PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and I got a GameCube later, I think. Wait, did I get a GameCube or did I get my dad to buy one? I can't remember. I might have bought a used GameCube. I definitely had a GameCube. Was that later on, or how did I do that? I don't remember, but oh yeah, Zelda 60 or Super Mario 64, that was like revolutionary at the time. Zelda Ocarina of Time, that was revolutionary or kind of evolutionary after Super Mario. And on GameCube, I had Super Smash Brothers. I think that was the first one. And I can't remember. Oh, Super Mario Sunshine, which was fun. To me, I didn't like it as much as the other Mario games, but it didn't mean I disliked it. It just, it was a good game. Just a lot of water in that game. Water jetpacks. And I remember, okay, I did get Resident Evil 4 much later, like years later. Oh, Grand Theft Auto 3 and 4 I loved. Or Grand Theft Auto Vice City as well. No, Grand Theft Auto 3 did it? Yeah, I had 3 and Vice City. Those games were like revolutionary at the time too. Gran Turismo, that was one I really loved. I played the hell out of it. And on GameCube, one of the last games, or maybe the last game I got, was Resident Evil 4, which I was disappointed by. Maybe I played it on too easy a setting, but I was bored by it because the earlier Resident Evil games, which terrified me, they were much more survival. Like, it wasn't as much action. It was like you have very limited ammo. If you can, get away from the zombies. Don't shoot them because you have so little ammo. In that one, it's like, okay, how much fun is it to shoot these creatures for hours and hours? And you have so much ammo. It's not scary. It's not that exciting. And I got stuck at one point where you control the girl, Ashley, I think, and she has to escape these this room where these medieval knights are attacking her, or these zombies in medieval knight armor. And it was like, I was so annoyed because I couldn't control it right. It's like up is down when it changes perspectives. I'm like, oh, screw this. I give up. You try and kill people in Fortnite, but in Fortnite, are you playing on a team or is it like free-for-all? Oh, Counter-Strike, that's the other big one that I played like 2,000 hours of in my life. Counter-Strike, that's always been around since I was in high school, before Steam was around. Steam is now how I guess a ton of people get games on the computer. Back then, no, you just got the game. And then eventually Counter-Strike, you played it through Steam and Steam servers. Yeah, Final Fantasy X was great, and that I think I did beat. Yeah, I'd be kind of interested in playing video games on YouTube. I'm trying to stop saying but that's how it goes. I can't really do that. I just wanted to make my own games because I loved video games. Streets of Rage, Mortal Kombat 2. I'm sure there's a ton of games in there I can't remember. I played a lot. Time Splitters on PlayStation 2. Really? I didn't know there was a ton of piracy for the Dreamcast. Yeah, that's true. But I wonder, was there a lot of piracy for the N64? Because with the cartridges, I would think that'd be really difficult. Whereas for discs, it's easier. I never really had a computer that was powerful enough for a lot of games. Oh, I did love Command and Conquer, especially Red Alert, Tiberian Sun, and what was it, the Command and Conquer Generals? Or was that a big pack of like different Command and Conquer games together? But I did love those. And those I could sort of play online with a dial-up modem where you had to take up the phone line, and it always annoyed my parents and people who tried to call the house. But there's too much lag, so at least I could play those online with other people. Diablo 2 I barely played. I loved it, but I barely made time for whatever reason. But to this day, I love the graphics of it. It's telling that a lot of games now, like the cheaper games, use graphics that are more simple in a way, simplistic. They're not super complex, detailed. because to me those are just more stimulating to your imagination. Diablo 2 is a game I loved. I probably played like an hour of it, but it was one game I would literally play in the morning before school, and my dad yelled at me for it. But no, I played Doom at a friend's house a little, but not too much. Oh, Duke Nukem. I did play that. I think maybe mainly Duke Nukem 64. I think I had Hexen 64, or maybe it was a demo of it, and I thought that kind of sucked. I see. Oh, I did like Planet Side on well, Planet Side was cool because I don't know if Planets. What's the deal with Planet Side? Is there any of it around today? Back when I was first starting playing online computer games, the idea of huge, massive levels was a new thing. Because back then, like DSL modems were still kind of new and cable internet. And Planet Side I could sort of play, but my computer was too slow for it. It was too laggy. Planetside and Tribes. I did like Tribes a lot. That was a lot of fun. Where it's like you have jetpacks and you can be the light class, a heavy armor class, whatever. That was a lot of fun playing Tribes. Oh, WWF games. Yeah, the one for Super Nintendo. Everybody knows it. What was it? Was it just WWF Raw, or what was it? Where oh, and there were more of them too for N64. I remember there were WWF games, or maybe it was WCW, but where they did, instead of doing motion capture, they hand drew the characters, the animation, not hand drew, but they animated the characters so they could, I don't know, I guess have some more flexibility or something. But that was cool. But on Super Nintendo they had one. I guess it was Raw. That was on Super Nintendo. That was a ton of fun. It was always crazy. Now I remember Doink the Clown with the power bars on the screen. That was a lot of fun. Wrestling games I do miss. I wonder what wrestling games are like now because I haven't seen one in so long. But I used to get Game Informer. I used to love going to the store and checking out new video games and looking at the gaming magazines. Because remember, back when I was a teenager, you didn't have cheat codes everywhere on the internet and walkthroughs in YouTube. If you wanted a walkthrough of a game, you had to buy a magazine for it. And back then, to subscribe to a magazine, you had to do it in store. Maybe you could do it over the phone, but I didn't have a credit card, so I couldn't do that. Oh, that's why Nintendo uses cartridges to avoid pirating. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I know the cartridges have much more limited space than the discs. Oh, PlanetSide 2 doesn't have many more players anymore, and I don't think Call of Duty, Counter-Strike has many players, does it? I played it a few times in the last year. The only servers I could find were the ones I had saved in my favorites from years ago on Counter-Strike. I think it was Source, not even Global Offensive, or is it Global Operation? I think it's Global Offensive. I can barely find anyone playing there. How does anyone find games to play? Supposedly Counter-Strike has all these options now where you can buy new skins and all this bullshit that wasn't an option, it wasn't even a thought when I was playing when I was younger. And now it's like, who's gullible enough to buy this crap? But a lot of people do. But where are people playing? The only servers I saw busy were on Source, and there were a few dozen maybe, and of those, so many of them had these weird mods that I'm not into. There were only like 2 or 3 servers, and actually I think some of them were like pretty much gone or empty, and I had to find some new ones with maps I like. Fire Pro Wrestling in Japan, yeah. Yep, EGM, Game Pro, Game Informer, Hello Rent Strike 2020. But how do you find matches on Global Offensive? Is it like you have to go to a private server or something, invite only? I don't get it, because the only way I know is you go on the server list and just look up games. And then the whole setup, I tried it a few months ago at Sunspace. It's like, it's weird to navigate. I don't get it. I'm like, screw this. Source is so much simpler for me. But even that, I don't know. It's just a fun little diversion. But even that I was like, I got to stop this because it's too much time. I got to do other stuff. Right, yeah, it has automatic server matching. But I'm not into that stuff. I don't know. And you know what? I can't stand about Counter-Strike. I can't stand the cowards who don't rush out at the beginning of the match, who don't auto buy their stuff. I swear, if I started a team, I wish I had this power to start a team. Everyone has to rush. We would demolish them. We would devastate them. Why is this asshole blocking traffic? This asshole, he's like banging his steering wheel, and now he's backing up because he realizes, oh fuck, he's in everyone's way. Dumbass. Oh, and his van is beat the hell too. Good, you earned it. You drive like a piece of shit. He was blocking 2 cars when he could have just stayed in his spot and let everyone else go through. If I'm backing out of a spot and I see a car coming, I put it in drive, go back forward into the spot, let him through. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Try and ignore right away. How the hell? Okay, then it's 600 to 900,000 players. I see like 40 players at any given time. Thank you, Rent Strike. Well, I am God. I told the truth. And look, how would you prove I'm not God? That's what I don't get. How can you prove I'm not God? You can't. Science can't disprove that. It still makes me so angry to think how arrogant and chauvinistic teachers are that waste their times with all these false religions. When I'm God, I didn't approve any of these religions. Like I said, I went out of the picture for a while, for a couple billion years. And then I came back and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, wait, what is this? Hell? Oh, what the hell? I never invented hell. There's no hell. Yep, blocking intersections too. Yeah, that's true. Rent Strike 2020. Landlords do think of themselves as gods, but what I say is, you shall have no gods before me. And I saw some story, I think today, about landlords. I can't remember. There's always some story about them. They're always breaking the law. They're criminals. They're bums. They frankly deserve the worst we can give them. And I look forward to the day when we have mass trials, or just get 100 of them into a courtroom at once, read them their charges, hear their pleas real quick, take them outside, and do what you will with them. But today was kind of a depressing day for God, I'll admit. It's kind of, really, the weather can do it to me. And what happened today, it's a little too cold. Just a little bit. It wasn't freezing, but I was wearing my coat with my gloves to read my book, Carl Sagan's The Demon Haunted World. Just great book, great on science and education and the need to inoculate ourselves against superstition. And even in science, saying that we don't know exacts, for the most part, we don't know exact data in science. We have approximations because our minds are flawed, and we only have limited access to the data and the evidence. A lot of stuff in the universe is totally beyond our reach. We can never access it unless we had some completely new form of observing the universe, like, wormholes or Star Trek or something. Warp speed. Yeah, that's right, Rent Strike. Yep, mass trials, and then just, whatever. But what was I seeing today? It was something somebody said that was good. Like something like, damn, what did they say? It was good. It was like, if it's wrong to, I can't remember. I don't. They said something interesting, like but it was put in a way I never thought of it before. Like, it's wrong to kick it. Like, it's illegal right now. The police will stop you if you I forget what it was now. Like, kick someone out of the hospital or something if they're sick. And yet, when landlords and jobs do that to people, it's like the same thing. I can't remember, but it was a really good point. Yep, Carl Sagan, one of my good ones. And I watched some of his famous documentary, Cosmos, on my phone earlier, just a few minutes. I'm like, this is amazing. Holy crap. I was too immature when I was younger. I was running around outside the universe. I just went away. But when I was younger and watching documentaries, and because I would watch documentaries, and I was interested in stuff like gravity and whatever, the far reaches of the universe and that stuff, I still couldn't really appreciate it as much as I can now in a way, just having grown up more and seen that other stuff doesn't work. Religion, superstition, it's garbage. Even in my last bout of DPDR in 2012 to 13, so not counting this current one I'm still finishing off, I was still kind of, not that I believed in God, I really couldn't, and I was like debating with priests and preachers, like, tell me how to understand this. What, like, how can you believe this? But I was desperate to conform to it because I thought God was torturing me and punishing me and like forcing me to, like God needed me to. So I'm like, I give up. I cannot resist this pain. And I tried months and months. I tried begging God, pleading, going to church and stuff, even though it was horrifying for me. Eventually, it just gave out. Even saying that makes me dissociate a little. But I remember the last time I was in church, I just, like, it was so painful in there. I had to leave. My dad left with me, and thank goodness I didn't have that. It was such a chokingly, like, painful thing, full of anguish, like a knife was in me, that if I didn't go, to church, like, it was worse than if I did. But when I went, it was so excruciatingly painful, like an icicle was stabbing my whole body, that I left, and thank goodness that was the last. It's like I got some of it out of me, just enough evaporated off to where another 5 or 6 months of being disabled meant I could just at least ride it out. Ride it out. It was extremely painful, but anyways, measure 25 on the ballot. I've heard some of these measures. I don't know. I can't keep track of everything. I heard in California now private prisons and private immigration prisons have been banned, but obviously that wouldn't, all those things, they take effect over a long period of time, so I don't know if that'll happen soon, but I heard it was banned officially. So now it's just like, it's like in New York, they ordered Rikers Island shut down, but it's still open. It's going to be open for a while. Oh boy. But I was depressed today because it was cold and I was miserable. Not that miserable, but it was hard to function with the air so cold, and I'm trying to read, and I had my gloves on and my hat and everything. It wasn't that cold at all, but it was like too much, and I didn't want to concentrate on writing, and I was damn hungry. I don't mind being hungry so much, but I was like, oh, I got to get in my car. It's warmer in here. And you would not believe how bad I got to piss right now, so excuse me, I have some business to do. I'm going to mute the microphone. All right. Hello, Danny B. Are there any restaurants where I park my car? Yeah. I can't ever afford to go to them. And actually, a lot of them are kind of crappy, though, like Popeyes and stuff, or whatever the hell, I don't know. Actually, no, not that many restaurants, like, within walking distance. I'd have to drive more, but I can't afford to go. I just go to Daniel's Tacos, get 2 tacos. Yeah, Carl Sagan, I was watching Cosmos, I'm like, this is amazing. It was blowing me away. I just loved it. It was almost like a drug in a way. It's like, I can't get enough of this. This is stunning. And I was reading Demon Haunted World today. That's basically all I did. I barely did a little writing, but my mind was so focused on this book. I want to finish this book, and then I'll switch back to writing mode. I've only got like another 100 pages or so. But yeah, God's feeling a little down today. I was a little bummed by the cold weather, and it's unpleasant to be outside in the cold. That's why I wanted to get in my car already, even though I don't have the porta potty with me. Yeah, Walmart's not great. And I applied to, it's just depressing. I got to get a job, and every day costs more. Today, I thought I wouldn't spend I spent like $30 on gas to fill up my gas tank. And I went to the cheapest gas station I could, and they charged a 35-cent fee. So I'm like, oh crap, I was just as good going off to just as well going into another one. But I applied to, no joke, today, I applied to Industrial Light and Magic and Netflix. Because why not? The application process was super easy. It sounded vaguely like entry-level work, even though I know it's demanding work. Or not demanding that so much as you need some education in the stuff they're doing there. But why not? I'll try it. I am considering that a rent strike of being Satan. A Satan creator god, yes. So I will let you know how that goes. It's going to be an interesting story. It's going to be an interesting time if that happens. And frankly, I think you'll like what you see. One way to support me, your God, everyone. There's 15 people in here. There should be like 22 likes by now because of the bunch of people who clicked like earlier left. So click like. I will favor you. I will touch you. And I will bring my favor to your life and your family's lives. Not only if you click like, but if you send a contribution. Just $1 can help feed an Angelo. I will touch you like I will anoint you. I will give you my touching and cash money contribution, financial contribution. Will give you my favor. I will favor you in this life. There is no afterlife. I didn't make one. That was made up. So that helps too, but definitely click like. And you got to click like. It's going to help you out. But yeah, a little bummed and just frustrated by the whole process of sitting at the park all day, not really interacting with anyone. Yeah, flying over God. And job applications, I'm getting rejections or hearing nothing. I do have a film gig next week. That's good. I'll have a few days free food. Well, you know, my ways are mysterious. So, you know, why I call myself flying over trout? Maybe trout is God. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll make t-shirts. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I am better than Jesus. Like, what the hell? The guy was... The guy was around, what, 33 years or so, supposedly. He was wandered around in tunics and told a few stories and ran away from his parents. And, yeah, he really didn't do all that much. Me, I'm still around. I know more than he did. And I'm telling my stories to way more people. Not just 12 followers. 12, are you kidding? To millions. Billions, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows. Frankly, I draw the biggest crowds that anyone's ever seen. Period. Jesus couldn't afford a family. He was poor. I don't know. Would that mean he was hot? How did Jesus sleep, by the way? Did he have a straw bed, or what kind of bed did he have back then? See, they can't even get into all that. I show you the real deal, what it's like. And by the way, I'm doing this to learn more. It's my project to get reacquainted with my creation. So I'm gonna, I work different jobs. I meet different people. The film thing, it's good because I see different ways of life. Why wouldn't he? You mean me? Are you talking about me? Look, I told you. I started things off, I was really more of a deist creator. I'm more of a deity. And I just started things off and I fine-tuned the laws of physics and I got the hell out of there. I just left. I was like gone for like 13 billion years or so. Yes, I've thought about being an extra, but it's actually kind of difficult in a way. It's not super difficult, it's just right now especially it is because there's not a lot of film shoots going on. Even with the supposed resurgence of film shooting, it's still very restrictive. And no. You know what Jesus would drive? What did he say? He said, "I come not of my own accord." Honda Accord. There was a website where I signed up for it. I even made a video about it, live streaming, measuring myself. I had to send in my measurements. I remember even then being too overweight. And the thing is that I heard that was a real hassle about them. Well, and it was difficult to do. Was you have to sign up to go into their office so you can get your picture taken. But the only openings to go in were like, and back when I wasn't getting up early at all, I was getting up at like 11 every day. But the only openings they had were like 7:10 in the morning to like 8:30 or something. But not only that, it wasn't just that, it was all the times the windows to get booked were filled. And the only way I heard people say you could try, or maybe they said this, is keep checking every morning and keep calling to try and get an appointment. But there's only like a 10-minute window. You can, like, from 7:10 to 7:20 in the morning, keep checking, and as soon as you get a spot, reserve it. But then, okay, say even I went through all that, what I heard is if they call you and you don't pick up right away, even if you call them back, they're just never going to hire you. Meaning you could get 10 jobs with them, but if they call you and don't call you, now, and I know maybe there's some nuance in that, but I'm like, this is a lot for something that I don't really want to do that badly. I'd rather be working as a crew member on set and writing screenplays. So, and now I'm just looking for a regular hourly job. No, I haven't gone dumpster diving. I do see people picking up trash a lot to recycle because you make money doing that in LA. I don't have the energy for that. I don't know. I suppose if I was really desperate, maybe I would, but seems like everybody else collects the trash first. I'm not good at dumpster diving either. I don't know where to go, and what would I look for anyways? Excuse me. Collect scrap metal from the trash? Yeah, makes sense. But I'm just trying to get a job at Netflix or Industrial Light and Magic. They throw away rotisserie chickens and they're like, you eat them. I know people will eat food out of the trash that's thrown out. And I even saw a documentary on a guy who will like pick through like luxury food, not luxury food, I don't know, whatever. Fine dining from restaurants or something. And he'll be able to pick out really good meals, but I'm like, I'm not confident enough to pick out food from the trash and decide what's good to eat. They should. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're greedy too and just pay $15 an hour, but I would think they'd pay more. I just applied because I'm like, why not? And it was super easy to apply. I didn't have to make a profile with a password. Just put in a very quick. It took like 2 or 3 minutes for each one. The only reason it took any longer for ILM, in addition to my resume I uploaded, I wrote a cover letter in my memo tab on my phone and saved it as a PDF. I can't actually save it as a PDF. I have to email it to myself as a PDF and then download it, and I just put in a cover letter too where I'm like, look, I'm God. I don't know what you want from now. I said, I'm a good worker, but I know I don't have any of this type of experience on my resume. It seemed like maybe you could train me, though. I'm a good learner. I spend all day studying now that I'm mostly out of work. So if you hired me and were willing to train me, I don't think you'd regret it. That's all. I don't feel like driving anywhere to dumpster dive. That takes gas money. 17 people in here. We should have 17 likes. No, more like 40 likes because a bunch of people clicked like and don't uh, and then left. So we should get more because what better way to get my favor in your life than by clicking like? Get God's favor. I am God. I will favor you in this life. If you click like, I will touch you and anoint you, and if you, it's even more of a favor that I'll give you if you send me a contribution. I fill up gas when I need it. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I wait till I get to half a tank, sometimes a little lower. I try and keep it mostly full though. Especially because with the earthquakes around here, you never know if you may not be able to get gas if we had a really bad earthquake. But I'm trying to, I don't know. It doesn't matter either way if I drive to this further away park or not, the one that has porta potties, because either way I'm spending money on gas, or if I don't, I'm spending money on water to piss in water bottles. So either way, it doesn't make a difference. But the last 2 days it was kind of depressing in the park because it's a little colder, and I'm using mind over matter, trying to focus on reading, but it was a little depressing. And oh well, just push through it. Water should be free. That's right. I agree with that. Good thing is at the park they got that water the water fountain that dispenses water for water bottles fixed. Even though now the nozzle is it tilts sideways, but so I can fill up my water bottles there. So that really helps, especially the ones that I shower with. Yeah, but what do you mean you can get it free anywhere? You got to pay for it at your house. It costs a lot of money. And getting it out everywhere is not really convenient. Like if you want to get it at the park, okay, you got to bring a bunch of water bottles. How are you going to get water bottles free? You got to buy water bottles in the first place. And I bet if enough people, yeah, and here's the thing, if enough people were using the water fountains constantly at parks, then I know they would change something. They would put restrictions on it or charge or something like that. No, I don't talk to the other car dwellers around me. I figure you don't know who you can trust, so you might be cool with someone, and this happened to me. You think you're cool with them, and they totally fucking use what they know about you to sort of backstab you and try and be scumbags, trying to be your friend. So I don't do that. Thanks, Rent Strike. Appreciate it. We got 11 likes. Click like to get this at least past 20 likes for me, God. Hello. I'm not going to call myself a Lord and Savior, Lord and Taylor either, but I'm God. I'm a deity. I created the universe. You can't prove I didn't do it. Go ahead, use science. Use your science to prove I didn't create the universe. Try and prove I'm not God. What? Oh, I was born a couple years ago. I was only born about 30-some years ago. But how do you really know I wasn't around before that? You don't know. That's right, John. Yeah, there was a lot of corruption, I'm sure, and that's what, Chinatown was kind of influenced by. Oh, excuse me. It's weird. Some of the there's different people I see here parking the cars to sleep overnight. Two of the guys I saw here every day for months, at least that I was here. I switch around different places. They weren't here. They aren't here right now. Normally they're always here by now. Hello, Chicken Chad, Agrippa. Man, my muscles are sore too. I put in a hard burpee workout this morning. I'm trying to have plenty of protein powder to recover well and feel full. But yeah, I was kind of bummed today because it was cold, and it's just kind of depressing to be in bad weather conditions and be stuck outside and uncomfortable and trying to focus and read and not much going on. I don't really mind that part. I can deal with that. It's just the weather. It kind of sucked. Fortunately, it's going to get warmer this week. The clouds were out pretty much all day. The sun never really came through, and that's unusual here, so it was a lot cooler than normal. Whoa. I better take this off the steering wheel. That and, barely eating and all, which I don't really mind, but... And I'm glad to lose weight. Pretty sure I'm losing weight this week. I don't know. Even if I'm losing weight really quickly, what is that, 2-3 pounds a week? So I'm not really going to notice it. But I got to keep applying for jobs. I'm getting job alerts from Indeed. What can I do? Got to get something. Oh, here's what was depressing me, too. Thinking I may just have to apply to Amazon. If I don't get anything kind of soon, because the money's going out way faster than I always intend, and now I got to spend probably at least another $70-$80 on an oil change and tire rotation, I may just have to work for it. I mean, I got to get some money soon. This is going to be really, really challenging for me. Fortunately, I was able to make it for a few months. Yep, T-Mobile just texted me. I've used my 50 gigabytes of data, so now my phone may slow down. My connection may slow down if I'm in congested areas, whatever. What time is it? I'm going to put my portable phone charger in. What am I doing? 16 people here. You gotta click like to get my anointing and get me to touch you. You'll be touched by an Angelo. Yeah, I know, that's true. Yeah, I do make some money on YouTube. But yeah, that's absolutely true. Congress, the Senate, it's horrible. They're not helping anybody except their rich friends. And like Carl Sagan, so clearly shows in the demon-haunted world, much of America is consumed with superstition, chauvinism, a bully mentality. Don't care about the poor, don't care about the sick, don't care about black people, brown people, don't care about immigrants. Well, dark-skinned immigrants. And they think that's good. They think if a bunch of people are homeless, they deserve it, and that's not somehow a failure. Yeah, well, I'm just hoping people go on a general strike or something. Just shut everything the fuck down and make clear demands. That's the thing. You can't just not work, but have to make clear demands of what you want. And I guarantee you, they will have an emergency session of Congress that will turn things around in a day. Then when they realize, oh shit, people aren't being patient with us anymore, taking time to deal with us. Taking time to deal with us? It's a terrible way of putting it. They aren't bothering to respect us, revere us. They're saying, we're going to take away your power. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, actually, being in my car was a really good choice, considering if I was still working at that bar when the pandemic hit, I would have been out of a job, and that would have been a nightmare situation. Living with my landlord, trying to figure out what to do with that, holy crap. And by then, trying to figure out how to live in my car would have been extremely stressful, a lot worse. Thank goodness I did it when I did, and I learned how to do it and cope well with it. And I'm still learning little tricks once in a while to get better at it. What time is it? I already forgot. 6:44. Holy crap, I'm so tired. But just gotta keep my mood up. And it really is demoralizing when I'm sitting outside in bad weather, like when it's kind of cold. It's so much nice sitting in my car. It's so much nicer now. It's nice when I charge my phone in the food bank for a little bit, and I really got to, I don't know, just apply for a lot of jobs. I mean, Amazon, again, it's like, ugh, I don't want to, but, and there I don't expect any chance of asking for more money. They've got like 80,000 employees or 60,000 or something who aren't asking for more money. Well, some are, but they know they'll get someone else right away. That's why they don't say no resume necessary. So maybe I should tell them I don't have a resume. That way maybe I'll get the easy job there. Oh shit, this isn't charging. What's going on? Maybe I put this in the wrong way. I think I jammed this in. Yep. There, now it's charging. And I struggle to think, okay, what can I do? What can I think up to make money? How can I be creative with this? Yeah, I'm making YouTube videos, okay, but those aren't getting massively popular. They're doing well enough to help me out, but I still need to, I don't know what. Really don't know. Apply for jobs. What other option is there? I'll keep looking. Maybe tonight I'll apply to some more. Yep, your employer will get an application to fill out for me. That's what I believe in too. I really believe in that, because why should an employer not feel like you're equal with them? If they don't feel you're equal with them, that means they're already going in assuming they have the ability to push you around. Maybe they think they have the right to, whatever that means, just, oh, I want to do it. And, oh, look at this asshole driver. speeding through, ignoring stop signs. And they think they should pay you as little as possible. Why? Like, why shouldn't they? Like, you want them to think that you're an equal with them. Of course, it's because you need money to live, and they got the money. Thanks, sure, I guess. Yeah. It's just so ridiculous. Oh, there's a nice old, like, classic car. Looks almost like an old Chevy Caprice. But yeah, it's like there's no way around, like, there's no place I can go now that's, nice to be at. I mean, yeah, I could go to the beach or something, but that's a lot of money to drive and time, and I don't need that kind of relaxation. There's no, even even if I wanted to, I wouldn't eat a nice meal because I don't have the money, and I want to lose weight, and I'm not that interested in nice meals. I don't care. It doesn't. Once I eat a few bites, I'm like, I get the idea. That's good. And I still want to lose a bunch of weight. I'm still thinking, what should I eat after I hit my goal weight, and I stay at it for like 2 weeks. I was thinking maybe like instead of the IHOP stuffed French toast meal, because it's like a lot of sugar. Maybe I'd get something like more savory, like a at Fat. I've seen Fat Burger. I don't know what kind of burgers they specifically serve there, but those seem interesting. Um, I shouldn't say Fat Burger. What else? Carl's Jr. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like burger places, something else. Daniel's Tacos. I could get something there to eat that's different, but they aren't bad meals there. It's just they're not that extravagant. So I'd be curious to try something really different. Oh, I okay. Well, here's an idea. Maybe I just have an acai bowl from Daniel's Tacos. Excuse me, because the acai bowls are good, and I've only had the 6 ounce ones. They're damn expensive, like $8. I wish I didn't get it, but they have a 9 ounce one. That's got to be big, because even the 6 ounce one is fairly big. Maybe I'd have an acai bowl. I don't know. But even then, I don't really want a big meal ever. I'm not that like interested in a really big meal, a decadent meal. I'm fine. This afternoon, all I've had to eat is some peanut butter and like half a cup of oatmeal and 2 scoops of protein powder, of cookies and cream flavored protein powder. Oh, excuse me. You're my flock. You're my disciples. Help me out. Help God out here. What am I supposed to do to make money? Jeez. I guess apply to Amazon. By the end of the month, I'll probably have a sure decision. Like if I don't get a a firm job offer by October 31st, 2 years in, I'm working for the place I hate most, Amazon. Yeah, the good thing about being in Virginia in the winter is I could get cold food and I could keep it in my trunk and it was like a refrigerator. So I could get yogurt, spinach, even sliced chicken from Aldi, like for sandwiches. I would get it there. That was a pretty good deal. And they had nice little like, you know, pasta salads and salads they had there too. Oh, my voice is getting a little hoarse. Yes, I want to stay in California the rest of my life. I mean, I'm assuming unless I change my mind at some point. I don't really know how I would have been a filmmaker in Virginia before. I always figured somehow I'd be like David Gordon Green, like making films in North Carolina, but even he made films in Los Angeles. So I love it here. I think I'd want to stay here the rest of my life, but we'll see. Depends if I change my mind again. But for now, yeah, I'd want to be here the rest of my life. I love it here. So much better than Virginia. Oh, yeah. My voice is getting a little hoarse. I've been speaking my news too much. I still got to lose weight. All this fat on my stomach. I just feel it. Anyways, I shouldn't complain about that too much. I've done enough of that. I'm pretty sure I'm making progress on it now again, after a week of backsliding. A week of eating, and that somehow ended up feeling like a month of backsliding, because it's, I don't know. I'd probably be horrified to see what I weigh now. Because I got down to like 189 or 190. And I'm pretty sure I'm above that now. I don't know. As Trump would say, we will see. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to look at my bank account, but I got to. Go look at the count. Mi cuenta. Mi cuenta de cheques. That same shitty driver from before just speeding through here now. And their luxury SUV. What a pig. I can't respect someone who does that. I know people who drive like that. Usually I end up weeding them out of my life. I'm serious. That just ends up happening. Because whatever other issues stem from that, the way they drive, it affects their whole personality, and I can't deal with them. I'm serious. I can think of 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, count them. 5. These 5 people are no longer in my life that all drive poorly. 6, maybe. John, how can I get a credit card limit increase? They've increased it a bunch of times over the years. I highly doubt they're going to increase it now. Highly doubt that. And actually, I've requested it once online, but I don't remember when I did. A year ago, 2 years ago, I'm not sure. 3 years ago, and they didn't do it. But they do it pretty regularly. Now, I'm not sure they'll do it because I'm like $2,000 over my limit. I didn't spend $2,000 over my limit. They keep charging interest every month. So that's a disaster right there. Yeah, so you can get more credit card debt. Well, yeah, I know that's true, but that was the only way I could survive, and also I was foolish enough to ignore the interest charges, and I was spending money on my credit card thinking, well, I'm getting cash back on it. It's a cash rewards card, but the cash rewards are not nearly close to what the interest charges are, so I'm like, oh, that was a terrible idea. But I also kind of had to anyways. After a certain point, it just became necessary for me to survive, and now here I am with over $21,000 in credit card debt. Thank you for your donation, Dirty Reckless. Appreciate it. That will help. You too can feed an Angelo for $1 a day or $1 a month. Oh, Alejandro Cruz. Me he deprimido hoy debido al tiempo. Hace frío fuera. O hace frío fuera. And all these people wasting. I saw the most ridiculous car the modded car today I've ever seen. It was a fucking Ford Fiesta. The shittiest Ford car out there. I've driven one before. I'm like, it's like a hand slapped together car. Like, oh shit, stick jam this in there. Just roll it out there. It is the shittiest car. I don't think Ford makes them anymore. Somebody modded this Ford Fiesta hatchback to have the really loud muffler, like the, not backfire quite, where it's like, but the, I'm like, why, how imbecile, how moronic can you be to do that on the crappiest car out there? Thank you, Gamer Billy, appreciate it. Yes, click like, I'm God, you should help me out. Come on, man. Well, I don't know, maybe, yeah, you're right, I should declare bankruptcy. I should look into that. However, it is hard to declare bankruptcy now. You know why? You know who it's due to in large part? Joe Biden. He blocked a bankruptcy bill. Because I'm not sure how much he really cares about poor people. He's just kind of like, somewhat, okay. I do, okay. And then he's like, I'm better than Trump. That's his only thing going. He's not Trump. If Trump were not running, if it was Mike Pence running, say, the Trump virus, something happened and Pence was running, I think Pence would probably beat Biden easily. As it is, I think Trump may lose. There's a chance, it seems like, because it does seem like Trump's kind of desperate, but who the hell knows? I don't know. I don't trust the polls at all now because they were completely wrong in 2016, and I was totally wrong back then. I believed him. I'm doing all right, Gamer Billy. I'm just getting by. I got to keep applying for jobs. Right, no debtor's prison. But yeah, I got to look into declaring bankruptcy. I don't know. Maybe I should. And what would that do? It would just get rid of my credit card debts? Because right now, I don't need my credit cards. They're not helping me. They are just making me pay thousands more than I ever charged on them. So maybe that would be best. However, if I got a job, I would call my bank and see if they would give me financial, like a hardship assistance, which they offer, but you have to have a job to get it, oddly enough. They don't offer it if you don't have a job. I tried like 3 or 4 times, so I would want to see about that first. If not, fuck them, man. You charging me hundreds of dollars in interest a month. You charge overdraft fees. Not that I've rarely had problems with those, but oh, that was that driver's fault. The one who was honking. He was honking at someone for wanting to slow down and turn left. Oh no, wait. Maybe they should have turned, because there is a center turn lane. So maybe that was their fault. I think there's a center turn lane. Is there? I can't tell. Tanks my credit for 7 years? What the hell good's my credit doing me now? Can anyone answer that? Look at my assets. What kind of assets do I have? My car, camera, laptop, bottled water, my thermos, sleeping bag, Sub-Zero sleeping bag. Oh, the Tim Heidecker comedy special. Yes, well, it's great. Watch it. It is the stand-up act that I know with a few little changes, like he added how he loves Trump. But it's the same act that I know for years, and that's not a diss to his show. I love his show. It's just, it was great to see it finally looking good and online, because we can't see him in person now, and I'm not sure he's really doing that character anymore. But yeah, it's very funny. It's great, and I love how he's making fun of stand-up comics, and for me anymore, it's kind of hard to watch stand-up comedy. There are a lot of great ones, don't get me wrong. Actually, a lot of the great ones I see are at open mics that I used to see. It's just, I don't know, to watch it on TV, it's hard for me to enjoy it as much, but I did like it a lot. And I'm glad Tim put it up, and it looks great. And that was the big thing about it, just to have it looking great. People have filmed their little bootlegs of his shows, and he's sort of tolerated them being online. It was nice to have a really good looking one. So yeah, it was nice to have. And for some reason, I thought it was going to start much later last night. I thought it was going to start. I think this cable, I twisted it up, and this cable I'm charging the phone with, and that messed up the charge. How quickly it charges. But so I ended up starting watching it at like 6:30, but then I went back and saw the beginning. So yeah, it was good. And of course, Tim's a fantastic performer. He's so in the moment. He's so powerful when he's performing. It's really great. And I liked his songs that he sang. He sang Hot Piss. He sang a new, like a sequel to Hot Piss, or I don't know what you call it musically, a sequel, follow-up to Hot Piss. And then he sang a Trump protest song about nuclear annihilation, which Carl Sagan was big on opposing as well, nuclear weapons. Which I think is a good idea, to oppose nuclear weapons. We don't realize how at every moment now they have to be monitored and safeguarded, and the people with controls over them need to be, mentally sound and in check, and also not give in to false information or to anger or anything. Anyways, Spaceballs stands the test of time. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I noticed a while ago, probably when I was a teenager, at the end of Spaceballs, they have that song Jews in Space, and that was the melody that Mel Brooks used for Robin Hood Men in Tights, for the song in that, when they sing Men in Tights or whatever. And that was a really good movie. Actually, that's another one I think stands the test of time. I think I did see some of that again in the last few years, like when I was living in Arlington. And that's a good one too. Mel Brooks still around, thank goodness. I mean, my goodness, what a sad day it'll be when he's gone. Yeah, he is very funny. I worked on a stage production of The Producers. That was the first play or slash musical I ever worked on. I was a stagehand on it, helping fly in sets and stuff. That was a lot of work. But it was a fun show. And it was an interesting time in my life. It was coming out of my second major bout of DPDR, not even knowing what it was. Excuse me. I don't know how much longer I'll stay on. I think I'm going to apply for more jobs. But it's kind of, I don't know how prisoners do it. Well, I know a lot of them just lose their minds, but to do the same routine every day with like no changes, it does make me kind of miserable. It's kind of like being in my house or like every day going stir crazy. Even though I'm outside, I see big roads and big places. I don't know. I got to find somewhere different to stop at for a little bit or something, but it's kind of hard to come by. So, oh, there was this nice place I saw for rent today that if I was interested in renting a place and had the money, I would seriously consider renting it because it's right at like the bottom of a mountain in a neighborhood around here, and it's amazing, and it's a basement. Um, was it a basement? I can't remember. Maybe not, but yeah, it's like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, Ivan Reitman. Or no, wait, did Ivan Reitman direct that, or what's his name? The guy who played Egon in Ghostbusters directed it. Harold Ramis directed it, right? Or did Ivan Reitman? I thought Harold Ramis directed it. And I heard he didn't get along with Bill Murray while they were filming that. But this place is like, saw the pictures, bottom of a mountain, and it, like a desert-ish area with plants and stuff. I'm like, oh, that would be so incredible to live there. I know places like that around here. I may very well know the rough location of it, but I can't afford a place right now. Harold Ramis, that's what I thought. He directed it. Another funny man who passed away a couple years ago. That was unfortunate. And I heard he was just really supportive of everyone and really encouraged people's careers and skills. That pisses me off so much when helicopters fly right overhead. One, the noise, it's really annoying. One just flew by. But when they're right overhead, that's when you can really hear the chop of those blades. But also how much money it costs, like $1,200 an hour to fly them. Makes me so mad. Because why bother? You're just dicking around with people. Like, hey, fucker, we got this toy. I really feel like it's like frat boys flying those things around. Like, hey, man, this is so cool. I can't believe they let us fly this thing. Anything else? Anything you want to ask God? Ask me anything. Go ahead. No, I don't. I don't think so. Around LA, I think a lot of them are police helicopters. What's the meaning of life? That's on you to figure out at every moment for yourself. Everybody's got to figure that out for themselves. And it's going to be different at each moment. And it's going to be depending on what you're looking for. So there you go. That's the meaning of it. 42, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Just sitting in my car doing the same old shit. Killing time. Which, it's alright. By now I know you do it, you just go through it, make the most of it. I will say, as to your question, Billy, easy on the personal questions like that. Why don't I do this or that with whatever person? I don't get into that stuff online, and really, I think it's kind of clear what you do when you're adults. You don't do certain things, you do certain things, but I also just don't get into that. And he has helped me quite a bit, by the way, and it's public. He donated on live streams before and video premiere. Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, maybe I'd limit it if I was tired and I wanted to focus on writing, but yeah, I would still. Well, I don't know if I would live stream or just make videos. I would still make videos. That's all I can say. I don't know if I'd live stream. Maybe I would just do it once a week, because I'd be pretty busy. If I'm working a full-time job, that right there, 8 hours plus commuting and getting up and preparing for it, and I'm sure I'd have to start getting some more clothes and doing laundry. That's like really like 10, 11 hours a day at least. So maybe I'd just do it like on a weekend or some on weekends. But I mean, I'd still make videos, whether I do live streams or just pre-filmed stuff. Excuse me. I don't know. I think I got to put a deadline on it by the end of the month If I don't have a job, I don't even need to put the deadline. It's going to hit me how little money I have. I'll just apply at Amazon and hope I can start there within a few days. Say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I'll do what you say. The other problem there, I wouldn't even get full-time work, which, yeah, it's good because I don't want to work full-time at a job I hate, but it wouldn't be as much money. How much money would I make? Maybe $300-400 a week? That would be plenty for me to live on, but even so, I got to look into how do I apply for bankruptcy? Do I need a lawyer for that? That's going to be tough. And also, can I file for bankruptcy if I have a job? All this credit card debt, it's going to follow me for 20 years unless I get rich. But I really wish, yeah, the government would do something to help regular people getting through this. They could. They just fucking despise regular people. They want you to be too scared to engage in a general strike and mass protests. They want you to think it's not worth it. Jerk ass speeding through. Shouldn't be speeding through here. Just shows like a disrespect for yourself when you just speed that quickly. But how much is a lawyer going to charge? Damn, man. If I got to pay a lawyer to get bankruptcy, I can't afford that. I guess I'll look it up because that might be a good step, really. Because really, it's the credit card debt that's going to be very deleterious to me. If I have to work and try and pay that down, it's going to cost me, like, is it over like $22,000 to pay that off? Plus, I'll still be paying interest every month. So really, let's say by the time I could pay it off, if I'm just working a, let's say $17 an hour job, full-time job, I'll still be paying that off for years. So that would still be thousands more. Yeah, how is he a rich bankruptcy lawyer? Does he only do it for celebrities or rich people? Because then maybe I would guess bankruptcy works a little differently for them. I don't know exactly how, but when you go millions of dollars into debt, like you still have money, but you don't have enough to pay all your bills. And what do they care if they file for bankruptcy? It's like, oh, make another movie, make another few million, and they're back in business, or whatever the case. I don't know. Or they can get endorsements, or however they do it. Infomercials, George Foreman Grill. I'm not saying George Foreman ever filed for bankruptcy. I'm just saying you can, at least, you have more options than a poor person. Yep, the interest is getting really bad on mine. Plus the minimum payments, which are going to come back next month if I don't call them and see if they can delay it another month due to the Trump virus. Yeah, it's all going to be a problem. I'll see. Just got to keep going. It's mind over matters. Don't think, this is the worst thing, whatever. Hey, what if the whole country goes on strike? Then the will be the bank's problems, because they're going to be like, oh shit, nobody wants to pay us. What are we going to do? Danny B, yes, I actually sleep well. I usually go to sleep a little later than I should, but I do sleep well. Especially lately, since I feel like I sleep better because I'm getting up earlier, or I'm just active throughout the day. I walk a lot. I exercise hard in the morning. I do have to do some business, so I'm going to mute the microphone. Do I reuse bottles? No, that's too gross to me. Like, I would not pour out a bottle of piss somewhere and then fill it up. I'm like, ugh, I wouldn't do that. Even though it makes perfect sense to, I should. But I feel like that's kind of like degrading the environment. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Although I'd feel perfectly entitled to if I wanted to, because I'm like, screw this, man. I got to keep buying water bottles. And you can only buy so many at a time before they're too heavy to carry back to the car. I know one thing that would help me. I think if I got as thin as I want, I got to lose 35 pounds at least, maybe 40. But I'm on my way. Well, I really mangled my words there. I'm going to dim the screen so I don't waste the battery. Oh, shaving today was so tough that I despise these Gillette Mach 3s. They're good for about 1.2 shaves, and then they get so dull. It's like trying to cut your hair with the sharp end of a stick. It is like you got to like dig into your skin so hard. It's like those dollar store razors worked just as well, if not better. So what's up with that, you know? What's a jerry can? Oh, for urinating in? No, because what would I do with that? Pour it out somewhere? That's too gross to me. I can't pour out my own urine out of any object. I'm sure once I started doing it, I'd get used to it, but I don't want to do that around most places. That to me, it's like, why contaminate the environment like that? Of course, gotta drink more water once I whiz. This is really annoying. I get so thirsty, it's like my head hurts. Oh, here's a jackass driving too fast. Well, now he slowed down, or she. Oh, it's nitrogen rich, so it's actually good for the environment. I don't know. I don't want other people potentially walking in my piss. It grosses me out. I'm not necessarily I'm not necessarily around plants. Right now I'm on concrete or pavement, so that would not be a great plan. And if I did it like at the park, I'd actually have to carry around my piss bottles and pour them out. It would be so gross. Yeah, it's kind of true, but I don't know. It's kind of yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You're right. It's just too gross for me. The idea of I'm sure again, once I did it, I would totally get over it. It's like using the porta potty now. It's like second nature to me. You just pour them out in a drain. I don't know if I could pour stuff like that in drains if it's safer, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Maybe I did it once in an emergency when it was like my last water bottle. I remember one night in Virginia, that was brutal. When I was sleeping, it was hot and I ran out of water. And I needed water so bad, I was hurting, so I had to drive to like 7-Eleven at like 1 in the morning because I was so thirsty. Oh, hello, the damn spot. Thank you. Well, it makes sense. I'm your favorite YouTuber. I'm God. Thank you, Bergman. So yeah, I'll just buy water bottles, and they're only 65 cents each. It's damn it. Sometimes like I gotta pour them out before I can even piss in them because I haven't even drank all the water in them. And it's like, but I need to go so bad. So far on my job applications, I've been rejected from like 3 jobs. Uh, yeah, well, I gotta drink water. If I don't drink it, I get like in pain. Like my chest hurts, my head hurts. It's hard to take. Oh, okay. We got someone. We got a Trumper in here. Okay, Tawny, walk me through a good reason to support Trump. Oh, you said later losers, so you already punked out. You're a coward. Anyways, I've applied to like, I don't know. It's hard to guess, but like at least 15 jobs. Most of them I think I have a reasonable, at least I'm qualified for. And 3 rejections. One, they're interested in hearing back from me and they haven't gotten back to me all week. I mean, they said, would you still go forward with the application process? I said, yes, sure. And then nothing. So I'm assuming they just found someone else or found other people they want to go forward with, but never know. Could get back to me this week. But I'm giving myself this week. If I don't get a job this week, I've got to do the unthinkable and work for Amazon. Probably won't be full time, which is probably for the best. Even though I'm sure it's tough work. And at least I'll just make enough money to get by and get that bankruptcy lawyer, file for bankruptcy, because really, fuck my bank for charging me this much interest. That is obscene. Especially charging it, they've been charging it every month of the shutdown where my minimum payments have been paused. So what the hell? They know I'm struggling, but they're like, yeah, but we're still going to charge you interest. You were homeless for 6 weeks? I see. get my own place. How am I going to do that? I could barely afford one even if I was making $1,000 a month. And if I work for Amazon, I may not be making much more than that, if that. And I would really hope I get a location close to me and they wouldn't screw me and say, oh, that one's filled. You can go to the one 45 miles away. Because I just hate excessive driving. But for the money, yeah, maybe I would. I mean, I would try and get an Amazon job close by. Make some money after a month or two. I'd keep applying to other jobs. I'd already know that now. So if I get something else, I'd be like, yeah, bye, whatever. Or maybe I should still apply for this other one that asked me for an interview after like 6 weeks. Like I applied to them like 6 weeks before they sent me an email saying, congratulations, we want to get an interview. Click on what day is good for you. I'm like, fuck this. You all took this long and you think I'm like this pathetic? Now maybe I am that pathetic. So maybe I should go crawling back to them and be like, oh, I just didn't see that email. Oh, somebody here, sure, I guess. Oh, hello, Diz Dollar. Sure, I guess, says he just got an email from Amazon saying they want him to do an assessment now for the job. So, yeah, looks like you're on your way to working for Amazon. I will not work customer service, John. Don't you dare suggest that. But, I don't know. Maybe I should, because the other thing is this job I applied to, like, by now it's like 3 months ago. But they sent me an offer for an interview. They're really close by. So maybe I should go with that. I was kind of annoyed because I'm like, they obviously don't take my time. They don't respect me much or take me seriously if they're going to wait like 6 weeks to offer me an interview. And even at that, I wonder if they'd even have the job that I want. Because I wanted something like, it was like unloading trucks. It's at a retail store, but I don't want to work with customers. If it's anything to do with working for customers, I'm not going to take it. There's no way. I can't do it. My mom's doing well, thanks, Diz Dollar. Staying busy. It's working a lot. So maybe I'm desperate enough to look at that now and just be like, well, maybe I should do it. I think I will, because, like I said, not even just by the end of October. It's like as soon as possible, I need to make money. And once I start making some, I'm good. Like, I'll be fine. I'll figure out what to do about my credit cards. Maybe I will still file bankruptcy, or at least I try and get financial hardship assistance, which that would affect my credit score too. But who cares? My credit score is doing nothing for me, and that's all a scam, anyways. Credit score, and it's so like it's so, I don't even want to say arbitrarily, just so fuzzily calculated. What the hell's it matter? I'd rather just have money and no credit cards. But I would like to have credit card for emergencies. It's just my credit cards are both maxed out, and one, they're charging very little interest. It seems like almost nothing. The other, they're charging hundreds of dollars a month, and now I'm like $2,000 over my limit within like 7 months of the shutdown. Now I'm not doing gig work. Can't stand that stuff. Driving around a lot, wearing down my car. Yeah, mortgage for the mansion I want. I don't even want a mansion, by the way. I cannot stand the idea of having one. I've been in, I don't know if they'd consider them mansions, but really nice homes. No, I have been in mansions, actually. I don't see why I'd ever want it. It's not a big deal. It's like being in a building. It's not that nice. Yeah, I'm thinking of construction work too. Problem is, as well, a lot of construction work I'm not qualified for. They want you to have experience remodeling or building stuff, all kinds of things that I don't have experience with. I don't need a lot of money. That's the thing. I only need really, I could survive basically on like $500 a month. No, not total, but like an additional, if I could get an additional like $500 a month, I'd be fine. I wouldn't be getting ahead by any means. I'd still be broke and barely surviving, but I would be getting by. I appreciate that Diz Dollar, but I'm not going to put out my PayPal on here. I do have Cash App and Venmo if you want to donate to that. I know those are only for Americans though, so I don't think they work for people outside of America. I don't know if you're in America or not, but I appreciate it either way. I appreciate you whether you're from in America or not. This is how I am. Yeah, I get hiccups when I eat too quickly sometimes. So I don't need much money. Yeah, you're in the UK. I appreciate it, Diz Dollar. I'm just not. Anyways, I'm not in the UK, so there you go. If you email me Diz Dollar, I'll send you my PayPal info, my PayPal info. I'm trying not to say but my email is flyingovertroutam@gmail. It's in the description. I mean, it's in the about page as well, or message me on social media. I would send you my PayPal info. Maybe I should make a public PayPal page. How's it going in the UK? Which part of the UK are you in? Thank you, Diz Dollar. But also my email's listed on the about page of my YouTube channel. Thanks, Rent Strike. I appreciate it too. Whoa, a spider already spun a web across from my open window to the roof of my car. If I got 500 a month, I'd be good. 600, I'd be like just totally broke, like break even, because food's so expensive, gas is expensive. I got to pay like $250 a month in my, no, 260 in my car insurance and cell phone bill. Thanks, damn spot. Well, I mean, I already consider myself to be doing well on YouTube. It does help me. It does pay. Uh, Obviously, I need to be making more to get by. But food's expensive, really expensive. Fucking LA or California cut off my food stamps because of a technicality on my form that I have to fill out to renew them after 6 months. And anything more than like really even like $400 a month would be enough to just get me by. I wouldn't be able to pay my credit card with that. For my to pay my credit card, I'd need another like 500, so 1,000 total or something. But really, 400 or 500 would be enough to get by. Obviously, if I got a job, I'd be making more than that most likely. So once I get a job, I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. It's just a matter of trying to get a job that's actually kind of decent to me and important to me. And you're $10,000 in debt, so feel better. What the hell? I'm $22,000 in debt. 40,000 in debt. Okay, now I do feel better. But maybe I should check with that retail store that if they'll still have me for and um and interview, because I wouldn't even go to an interview because, like I said, I was annoyed that they took so long to reply. I'm like, you obviously don't have take me seriously already if you're like, well, you'll just interview when we say you will. But now I'm like, fuck, I may need to just do it. And I bet they would just hire me on the spot because they're kind of a crappy store, it seems like. But again, I do not want to work with customers, only want to work unloading trucks. Yeah, we're lucky. Yeah, just run to a different country. Well, someone suggested bankruptcy, so maybe I should do that for my credit cards. That I know I would consider. But if I get a job, I would first try and get a financial hardship assistance from the bank itself, which they do offer. And if I can't get that, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to not pay and apply for bankruptcy. Because I'll be homeless and barely able to get by for a while. I'd be homeless even if I made 75,000 a year, most likely, because I still want. I cannot imagine spending money on a place, even $700 a month. That's $8,400 a year that I could just have. So why bother? Got to pay attorney's fees. Yeah, I know. That's the other thing for bankruptcy. It costs money for that too. So I don't know what to do. Go off the grid. Just live off the land. Oh, my nose is getting stuffed up. My allergies get bad here at night. Not that bad, but a little messed up. Why can't I get the chat to just stay on the screen? People say, like, you can do that. I've never seen it work. Oh, boy. Oh, excuse me. I know I'd rather probably work for this retail store that's really close by than Amazon. So I'll see. But if they make me work for customers, man, fuck them. And I don't feel the least bit bad. Well, I always feel the impulse to feel bad, but the least bit bad for now not even responding to an interview for weeks because they made me wait like 6 weeks to offer an interview. It's like, what time scale are you all working on? And that also just shows me they don't care. That's right. It's more debt. Older and tired, and your body wears out. I'm still dissociating somewhat. I just had it right now as sort of a flash of something that kind of dissociates me. Gives me weird taste in my mouth, a weird feeling of anxiety and pressure. I already know what I'm going to do. After this email, uh, what? After this live stream, I'm going to check my email for that offer for an interview, see if it's still even available, and try and get an interview at this retail store unloading trucks. Well, thanks the damn spot. I appreciate it. There goes one of those BMW electric cars that I don't understand why anyone would spend money on. Maybe it's a little bit better than a Nissan Leaf or whatever the other electric cars there are, Chevy Bolt or Volt. I don't even really mind the look of that BMW electric car, but I'm sure it's overpriced and the charge doesn't last long enough. $25,000 in debt. So we got the spectrum of debt going from $10,000 to $40,000, and I'm kind of hovering around the middle. The Goldilocks zone. $12 people here. Click like, everybody. Get this up. I'm God. I request likes for you to get my favor in life and your family my favor. So click like. We should get at least like 20 likes now because a bunch of people clicked liked already left. 14 people. Click like, everyone, to get me, God, favor in your life. And I will touch you with my anointing, and you will feel my favor. And if you want my favor even more, a great way to get it is to donate. Give a little contribution, and I will give you my favor for sure. I gotta brighten up the screen. You're worth more dead than alive. But I just gotta apply to that retail store. I know it now. And I gotta tell him, you want me next week? Fuck you. I'm working on this film next week. You can wait till after that. Jerk. Jerk ass made me wait 6 weeks to even offer an interview. Oh, 6 figures of debt? Well, damn. Now you're in the... It's like on the Carl Sagan scale of the cosmos, you're like a red giant. You're, as far as a star of debt is concerned. And beyond that, there's only like, then you get millions of dollars into debt. No, I'd say not red giant, more like red giant? Giant, more like a blue star or whatever, I don't know. I forget, I already forgot. I forgot what I learned. It does suck taking on bad jobs, but for instance, I'm thinking about if I'm lucky enough to get the job unloading trucks, I do not want to work a register, I will not. Then at least it would be very close by, and that's it, yeah. So I'd save money on gas and commuting. No, I would not want to deliver stuff. That is way too much work for me, and I have urinate all the time, so I'd definitely be one of those guys going in bottles. And I don't really know the roads around here that well. It'd be kind of scary to drive, even with GPS, and having to stop in roads and think, okay, is it safe to double park here and all that? I don't want to do all that. Oh, cool. Gulag Archipelago. I did work in a UPS warehouse for 2 weeks. It sucked and I quit. It was like impossible to keep up with the conveyor belt to load the trucks properly because you have to alphabetize everything. I'm like, this is impossible. They wanted me to do it on my second day by myself. And I tried applying again just to see, like, well, at least unloading trucks, that's easier. But on UPS's website, I still have a profile from 13 years ago when I applied for a job there, and it just won't let me apply for a job. I don't know what I couldn't tell what it was. It's just like you click on it and nothing would happen, and there's nowhere to go, and you try and go around it and figure, okay, well, where do I... Nothing. So it's like, well, I have no clue how to work this now. Spanish language, yeah, but that's tough because I was trying to do that in Virginia, and nobody would take it. I tried leaving up flyers at laundromats and restaurants. I told one of my old roommates who was Bolivian, I think. No, wait, no. He was Honduran. Wait, was he Honduran? No, he was Bolivian, I think. I always thought he was Honduran, but he was Bolivian. And he was too lazy to do it. He wouldn't do it. I know he's too lazy because he was always too lazy for anything except what he wanted to do. and watch TV, and none of his friends would. So it's like you gotta like know your way around to actually get customers, you know. So I'm like, oh, forget it. I'm not gonna do. Or really, not teaching Spanish, but I would be better at teaching English to Spanish speakers, and even so, it's like you gotta, you know, manage to really. I don't do what I don't know what like post online for customers or what, and even then, you know, you get people who back out and stuff. But I don't know. I didn't get a single person, not even my jackass friend. So I'll see about that retail store. Maybe that's my best bet, and because I really don't want to work for Amazon. And wherever I work, I'm going to still apply for film stuff. Screenwriting lessons, you got to be an accomplished screenwriter. Well, you can always try and sell people and stuff if you promise you have help or secrets, which, granted, I think I do know more than most beginning screenwriters, but that's the thing. I'm still out of my depth, and I don't know. I don't have the patience to teach people screenwriting. It's like learn it, do the work, read, study. So it's like, what would I teach? I'd just be telling them like you're not doing enough work. You know, that's all I would do. So I don't have the patience for it. I've seen videos of people instructing others in screenwriting. I'm like, I wouldn't even have the patience for that. Because it's like certain stuff you should know not to do. That's so basic. Has nothing to do with like even making a great story. It's just literally your prose, your writing that is bad. And it's like if you read lots of screenplays and you have a critical mind, you get not to do that stuff. Porta potty delivery man. Hey, the number on that um, those porta potties at the park is 1-800-toilets. Maybe I should call those and ask for a job. So, but are they really hiring many people to deliver porta potties? I thought they deliver mostly at like events, and there's not a whole lot of events going on. Construction sites, I guess. Yeah, I know. Stocking shelves at grocery stores, but I don't want to work at night. I gotta sleep at night. It is too hot and uncomfortable most of the time to sleep during the day. I mean, look, if I really need a job and they offered me it, I would take it and sleep during the day. Screw it. And I would shower in the street during the daytime when people can see me. I'd be like, I don't even care. But I want to work daytime because I do prefer to sleep at night. It's quieter, it's cool, the temperature's lower, and it's less noisy. You know, it's easier to sleep with when it's dark. I'm trying not to do any driver jobs if I can help it. No. No dog walking. I'm not getting into some whole new thing that I don't understand what the pitfalls are. And also, I have no patience for walking dogs. I did it for a friend a few years ago. It was alright. I did it for this old man I worked for a day in Virginia, and I already just couldn't stand it while I was doing it. Even though it was like easy, stress-free, I just didn't want to do it. I hated it. The dog was fine. I just realized I don't want to be there. I wanted to work on film stuff. And that's it. Make funny names. That's only going to entertain me for like 0.3 seconds. Oh, excuse me. Costco, no, unless it's like the warehouse. Oh, speaking of which, I actually did get an update that uh, some retail stores are looking for warehouse workers. So I imagine they treat their employees like shit because they're not like great companies. But even so, I would consider it, definitely. What the hell's going on with the screen? Oh, excuse me. Dollar Tree? Hell no. Not working for that place. Also, the only one or two Dollar Trees I've seen around here, and just like in horribly awkward places to drive in and park in. It's like the traffic is heavy and dense, and it's hard to pull in or out anywhere. It's just awful. Hey, Big Score. How you doing? I'm God. That's it. I said it. Finally came out. I said I'm God. Yeah, my nose is getting a little stuffed up. Yep, see, my followers, they know I'm God. I did apply it at Industrial Light and Magic and Netflix today, but I don't think I'm qualified for those jobs. I'm kind of like almost barely qualified in a way, but I don't really know how much training I would need. ILM, it is something that would involve computer graphics and stuff that I don't know, that it sounded like they're sort of willing to train someone on. But Netflix, it sounds like you probably need more experience than I have. Oh, you're gonna withdraw from your 401k? Yeah, that's tough when you got to do that. I still don't understand quite what a 401k is, and I even passed my insurance licensing exam in Virginia when I got an insurance sales job for like 10 days. I went into another thousand some $1,700 in debt or whatever, something like that, for that job. But I had to study all about 401ks, and I passed that test. I still don't understand what a 401k is. It's funny to me the few times people have tried to explain it, like, no, this is really cool, this can help you out. And I'm like, it's so obvious I didn't understand a thing they said. Or I remember when I worked at a bank, hard to believe I ever worked at a bank, and this guy tried to come in like a corporate guy saying like, hey, we're offering new benefits to our employees. We're going to offer you, because they offered all these benefits. I didn't want a damn thing. Tuition help, all this shit. And he was saying we can help with reverse mortgages. What the fuck am I going to do with a mortgage at $11 an hour? But especially in Arlington, Virginia, or like around Northern Virginia, the whole area is so expensive. But he tried to describe it. I'm like, man, I don't know if it's getting through to him that I just do not understand anything he's talking about what a reverse mortgage is. He's like, well, it's real simple. Here, okay. Like, what in the living fuck am I gonna like? Would I understand about that? Yeah, who knows if you'll even live long enough to withdraw it? Yeah, have to. You're out of money. Yeah, makes sense, I guess. Avoid that. They'll tax the hell out of you for early withdrawals. That I do remember. No, I studied. I knew the answers. I got the test right, and I might have finished ahead of time. I don't remember exactly. But no, I studied. It wasn't that hard. It just my mind can't understand certain things. It was just really hard to understand what a 401k is. Even though I guess as far as the test, It's like I had a very tenuous grasp of it, like just well enough to answer the test, because it was, I think, multiple choice. Excuse me. Oh boy, I'm gonna have quite a bit of charging to do on my phone tomorrow. Excuse me. I wish I had gum right now. I would chew some gum. They have lots of gum at the food bank. That is a nice little thing they got there. Boy, this car smells a little musty right now. It actually doesn't smell that bad, but it's a bit musty. I'm going to be a little embarrassed when I have to bring it in for an oil change. I'm going to throw my trash out, obviously, but I'm going to be like, yeah, sorry. I got a bunch of stuff in the car. Whoa! Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't see that donation. Chaotic canine culture. Dude, thank you for that. So, that dude, I totally remember you. I see your updates on YouTube sometimes, the videos you post, because I see you haven't really necessarily posted animations, but people, check out Chaotic Canine Culture's channel. He gets like tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of views on these videos. I remember exactly our conversation at YouTube. Uh, 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 Whoa, I'm getting all choked up. Where he makes these incredibly like detailed and really like engrossing animations and music videos. But I've seen your music streams lately. That's what I meant to say. And I've seen stuff you posted on Instagram and on YouTube. I can't believe you actually subscribed to me. This guy, I forget how many subscribers he has, but yeah, check out Chaotic Canine Culture. I have to say I don't remember your real name, but I remember our conversation clearly and how I asked you about how you make your animations and everything. So Chaotic Canine Culture, like I said, he basically he's a musician and he makes he hires animators to make music videos for this music, and they're just like incredibly like, I don't know how to describe it because detailed isn't just the right word, but like I don't know, just engrossing, beautiful animations. He has 1 million subs now. Yeah, that makes sense. And his videos get like hundreds of millions of views, if not at least tens of millions. So, wow, man, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about applying to this retail store that they offered me an interview, and I was pissed off because I'm like, well, they waited like 6 weeks to offer me an interview. Oh, and of course, all the film work is gone. Anyways, good to see you, and obviously good to get money from you. So thank you. um, you worked restaurant jobs just to sell weed. You worked, yeah, I can see that. Um, But yeah, I met Chaotic Canine Culture at yeah, it can be. And the thing is, applying for jobs now, it's like barely anyone responds. When they do, it's usually a rejection. And I'm applying for stuff that like is totally out of film. I was working on films for the last year, and the last 6 months I've been sort of getting by on YouTube and occasional little gigs, but the film work is mostly gone. So I'm trying to get stuff like retail, I mean not retail, like warehouse work. And I can imagine there's like 100 people applying for every position open at least. And so I don't really stand out. But yeah, I met Chaotic Canine Culture at the YouTube space. This is, I guess, a great thing about meeting lots of people, saying hi to them, following them on Instagram, because I do follow you on there, CK9C. And lately, I guess what you've been doing, I haven't been on YouTube that much lately, but I saw you were doing like music live streams and music uploads that weren't specifically the music, the animation videos that you've been doing. So he said, Chaotic Canine Culture says, I'm setting up for a big charity live stream for Halloween, so I'm in the spirit of giving this month. Feel free to stop by the stream on Halloween, bro. Thank you so much. I'm going to try. I have a film job actually then, so I don't know when I'll be available exactly for your stream. Can you tell people the details? I want my audience to know, like what time your stream will be on. Do you have a set time for it? Or are you just going to announce it? But subscribe to his channel, everyone, by the way. And I don't know exactly when I'll be off this shoot, because shoots are normally like 12-hour days. And I'll be doing some additional stuff like deliveries for the shoot, so I'm not sure exactly, but I will try. If I'm free, I will watch it. And like I said, I've been watching some of the music streams you've been doing recently and seeing some of the posts you've been making on Instagram. But thank you so much again. That's really amazing. I hope you're doing well. I guess things are going well enough on YouTube, but I wonder how... I don't want you to have to type too much to me after you just donated money. That's like you did enough now. But I wonder how things are going for you with the pandemic, because I know what you were doing. It seemed like you were doing remote work with your contractors, I guess, right? Or the people who were doing animation for you. But I'm not really sure how you make your music, or if you need other musicians with you, or any other part of the process where you need to be in the room with other people. But I'm just wondering how it's affected you, the shutdown. Because for me, okay, everyone, so follow, if in a Chaotic Canine Culture, if you put up, like a scheduled for, like, I keep saying like, if you put it up, I'll ask people to say, click the notification bell on the scheduled event. That's what it is for your live stream. But okay, everybody, Chaotic Canine Culture says, oh, I misread that. I'm like 6/24, like June 24th? No. Chaotic Canine Culture says no. It's starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, so that would be 6 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of my viewers are from all over. And on Halloween, I assume, and it'll go from 6 to 24 hours depending on how much you raise, and you're going to be giving out a lot of stuff during it, since it's my favorite. Halloween is your favorite holiday. Well, that sounds incredible. If it's 24 hours, I'll at least check out some of it, depending what time of day it is, before I fall asleep or when I wake up or something. So, there you go, everybody. Oh shit. Be alert for Chaotic Canine Culture's YouTube channel. I gotta admit, I feel a little weird when anybody I know watches my videos and sees me ranting in my car, and sees me saying I am God and all this weird stuff. But I guess the people like it. The people demand it. So your animation team is all remote. That's what I thought, I guess. And except your film crew. It's been slower here, but things are going all right. Well, that's good to hear that things are at least going pretty steadily. So yeah, for me, things completely fell off in that 7 months ago. I was literally about to work on a feature film, and that was canceled, and then it got delayed a few months, but then I dropped out of it because I said, I'm not really sure I feel safe doing this. It was literally the day when I read LA had the peak infections in the country, and I wasn't really sure how safely we could socially distance. It didn't seem like it was super regimented, the safety precautions, the way that, for instance, the film I'm going to work on this weekend, or I don't know, not this weekend, but whenever Halloween is, it's going to be like a 2 to 4 day shoot, I think. that I saw, like, there's a safety video and a whole, like, paperwork that shows exactly how the whole process will go. Literally, who's going to be on set when, how we're going to move through the set. You're going to have different zones around. That feature film I was going to work on, it had none of that. It was just, it was just wear a mask and try and eat separately, and that's it. And a feature film, it's like a 30-day shoot at least. People get tired on that, so that missed out on that job. And other than that, it's been pretty much nothing. But again, reminding people, subscribe to Chaotic Canine Culture. He's a nice guy. I do remember him clearly, meeting at YouTube Space. I miss being able to go out and meet people like that. And he just, I totally blanked for a second. He's got his charity stream going on Halloween from 3 p.m. Or starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, so that would be 6 o'clock Eastern time. And all you other time zones, figure it out. Mountain, Central, just figure it out. And he'll be going from 6 to 24 hours and doing giveaways. So that's really incredible. Right. Well, I'm not sure how seriously the filmmakers on that feature took the whole pandemic anyways. They were nice people, but I'm just not, it didn't seem like it really registered with them as something like we could not risk messing around with. Because imagine, aside from the crew getting it, imagine one of the lead actors getting it. How would you deal with that? Would totally collapse the movie right there. So for what I'm working on this week, it's limited cast, limited crew, and it's all like they're handing out safety equipment to everyone, bagged lunches. There's literally going to be like a set path for everyone to walk through each department. So you're not on set with another department at the same time. Like art department is not going to be there the same time as the grips and electric. So one group will go work, they'll leave. They're not going to go the same way they came in. They're going to go around, and then the next department goes in. Then the actors come in separately, and so everything's regimented. The day is basically coordinated around the safety precautions, which seems like quite a burden. It's like kind of worrisome, but it makes a lot of sense, and I'll be glad to see it. It's kind of too bad though, because one of the things I like on set is being able to hang around and talk to people, and I like going to talk to everybody and getting their info. And I would usually do that. I would just try and get everyone's info so I could stay connected. I used to get their emails, which is a huge mistake because I don't remember anybody from email. Instagram is what I started doing, where it's much easier, where you can follow up with someone if you have another job for them. Yeah, thanks, Canine Culture. Yeah, it seems like it'll go well. And I've worked with sort of not the same people, but people with like sort of like the same company as them, you could say. And they're very well organized and prepared. Some of the best like catered stuff and professional productions that are, as far as when lunch hits, they don't keep you waiting around. They're like, lunch, we got to stop, everybody out to lunch. So it's not paid, but it is free food, and I'll get to meet people, and and it's close by. Anyways, so other than that, it's back to the drawing board for work. 3 parts to meeting: before and after the meeting, before the meeting after the meeting. Right. But thanks again. Yeah, it was great to see you. I appreciate that you didn't forget me, Chaotic Canine Culture. I don't know why you'd remember me. I didn't know I made that much of an impression, but thank you. And my real name, of course, Angelo, if you don't know, if you don't remember. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just trying to stay busy. And after this, I think I'm gonna look at that email I got from the retail store, see if they're going to still allow me to have an interview. And I want to make sure that it's an interview or I'll probably only find out once I get there, for the actual job I want, like unloading trucks. I do not want to work a register and working with customers. Not going to happen. Thanks. Thank you, Canine Culture. You see me in live stream feeds all the time, and Stop my good clickbait title today. Well, it's not clickbait. I am God. And frankly, how can you disprove it? The scientists can't disprove. They're always talking about science, 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 skepticism. How are you going to disprove I'm God? You can't do that. But thank you. uh, God cuts his own hair, by the way. I got an electric hair trimmer and I just buzzed my hair. I should do it again soon. I cut it like 2 weeks ago. I don't want it to get too long. I just let it stay like this. Well, now I've been going almost 3 hours. Can't believe it. Almost over 2 hours, 40 minutes. 17 people now. Click like, everyone, by the way. It should get me up. 17 people here. I should have like 40 likes because a bunch of people clicked like earlier. They left. So what's your excuse? You got no. Just try it. Just try it. What do you have to lose? Try it. Okay? I say, try it. You know? Like hydroxychloroquine, I've been taking it. Just try it. Just try it. What do you have to lose? Egg Theory says we are God and all the same person existing in every form of life through all time to learn to become God. That's where Egg Theory could very well have come from that fact that someone adduced or deduced that I am God, and he said we gotta theorize how to make sense of this. This is amazing. Yes, make God himself smile tonight. Oh, that's incredible. I was thinking about the YouTube space earlier today because I think the only mall I've been in LA, I've only been in LA for about a year and a half, was the mall that's like down the street from the YouTube space. And I just drove by it and I thought, well, I'll just try going in there. I forget why I even went in there. I didn't have any money to shop there. I think I just needed to use the bathroom. But I was walking through there. It's like a galleria, like very boutique and expensive. And I was like, I can't afford anything here. But I remembered that because that's the only mall I've been to in LA, I think. Well, do I have Twitch? No. Also, Chaotic Canine Culture is on Instagram as well, so you can follow him on there. With a list of things I would do, I would tell you what I will do. I will smite people for the following things. 1. Playing loud music in public. 2. Revving up your cars loudly in public. All of them basically have to do with cars. So, not having proper tire inflation on your car, tire pressure on your car. Keep your tires properly inflated. I would smite you for not respecting that. Get regular oil changes, and just park your car within the lines. That's pretty much it. That covers it. That's how I govern the universe. Guilty of the first one, loud music. And the third one, wait, what's the third one? I already forget what I said. What was the first one? Loud music. Rev up the car loud, and then tires properly inflated. Keep them properly inflated. You do that for a couple reasons. 1, you'll wear out the tires faster. Like you'll wear them unevenly if they're not properly inflated. But also, depending how they're under or overinflated, you could damage the wheel, especially more if they're overinflated. That's not as much as a worry as if they're underinflated because people forget, they don't check. You got to check it regularly. They leak air just by osmosis. But also, if your tires are not all the same pressure and some have different amounts of air in them than others, which can happen, they just lose pressure at different rates sometimes for whatever reason, it wears down your engine a little bit because now your car is like somewhat pulling away from itself with the tires, and it actually puts more strain on the engine. So keep your tires properly inflated to avoid that. Keep them all the same, or whatever. Check the door jamb on your driver's door to get the proper tire inflation. Oh yeah, I've done that too. Where I had like a nail in the tire, yeah, and Yeah, good godly advice. Yeah, I did that where I had a nail in it, and it was after I bought this car, actually. It sucked because I got 2 punctures in it after I bought it. Thank goodness both could be patched up. I didn't have to get the tire replaced. One of the worst times I got a flat tire, I was in Virginia, where I'm from, and it was snowing, and I drove to Kmart, one of the few Kmarts that were still around, and I got a flat tire on the way to Kmart. I had to stop in the parking lot and jack up the car and put on a spare tire, and the spare tire only had like 12 pounds of pressure in it. Fortunately, I didn't have to drive far. After like the next day or two, I got a new tire put on, or I had it patched maybe, but and I had the rear spare tire inflated. But that's the other thing, have your spare tire inflated properly too, which I know is a hassle if you got a lot of stuff in your trunk. I certainly do, so I don't pull it out and inflate it at the gas station. But this, and also, oh, here's the last one. So my 5th rule: check the tire pressure when your car tires are as cold as possible. So if possible, do it early in the morning. Don't have driven, because they heat up and then they expand and the pressure builds. You want to test them when they're ice cold if possible. There you go. So I should do that. Yeah, put it in the Bible. I don't have a Bible, I have a Bible. Right, overinflated, yeah, can be a problem. And also it'll wear unevenly. Pop 4 tires in potholes. Wow. I never popped a tire in a pothole. I did lose a hubcap once. I don't know if it was a pothole. And I did smash up the bottom, the guard under the front of my car once in Virginia, hitting a pothole by the Pentagon. Scary thing about driving around the Pentagon in Virginia, you don't necessarily know, like, oh, am I on the on-ramp for the Pentagon or not? And the Pentagon is heavily guarded. If you go there and you don't mean to be there, it's an accident, they're going to pull you over and possibly search your car. So I turned around on this like small highway in this one spot that I could, but there was a huge pothole in the spot to make a U-turn, and my car was like, boom, hit it. Bunch of stuff like was tore up under the shield of the bottom of the car. It didn't damage the engine, but I had to get a bunch of like cable ties and tie up like plastic stuff under the hood of the car, which was tied up until the end of my car, when my car was destroyed later in LA. I haven't seen many potholes in LA though. There are a lot more in Virginia, I would guess, just because there's a lot of snow there, and they have the roads are treated with salt and chemicals. But I haven't seen as many around here. There is one crappy one. It is so bad on, it's not really a pothole, it's like a crack in the road that's keeps growing bigger and bigger, but out of the crack comes this one chunk of a pothole that's like, it's not really a hole, it's more like this, more like a long triangle that like it's going out longer and longer on the road. I'm like, come on, when are they going to fix this? It's to the point where if you hit it with your tire, it will, catch your tire, and so I always have to avoid it. Well, I'm a reasonable God. I just want reasonable things done. Let's not start with solve every problem in the world. Let's start small. Because think about it, this would save millions and millions of dollars in car maintenance each year. People would be able to keep their cars longer, keep their engines lasting longer, if they just inflated their tires properly and had them rotated and the oil changed. A lot of people don't change their oil regularly. So think about it. You don't change your oil regularmente, and you're going to damage your engine, and it's going to wear out faster. Oh, excuse me. I click like, everyone. It really helps me out. If you want my favor, you want God's favor in your life, click like. I will touch you. I will anoint you. You'll be touched by an Angelo. And if you really want my favor, do follow in Canine Culture's footsteps as one of my disciples, and feel free to make a contribution, and it will really help me, God, give you favor in your life, and you will feel incredible. I mean, I'm telling you, you'll feel better than you did 20 years ago. You'll feel great. How can you argue with that? Why would I lie about that? I have no reason to lie. I have nothing to gain from that. So if you donate money, I will give you my favor, and you will probably feel pretty good. These are just facts, yeah. Oh my goodness, another 20 bucks? That's enough, Canine Culture. You don't have to donate anymore. You got too much favor now. 20 years ago, you were 8 years old. That would have been felt pretty good, sure. But man, thank you. Yeah, you said thank you for being you. Well, thank you, Canine Culture. That's really great. And seriously, you donated enough. You have all the favor and blessings bestowed upon you. I touch you. I reach out and touch you. And you have my anointing. And go forth and tell people the news that you've heard here. I'm just living as the humans do right now, seeing what the human experience is like. Living in my car, shitting in porta potties, showering in the street. I want to see what have I done. What I'm catching up with my creation. I was out of the picture for a long time, real long time. I created everything and I left. I didn't want anything to do with it. I was tired. And so now I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I discovered people made up this idea of hell. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't even know what hell is. I didn't approve this. There is no hell, by the way. I didn't make one. They made that up in the Bible. It's not even in the Bible, really. Actually, it's not. Study listen to Bart Ehrman. He's a Bible scholar. He knows how to speak like ancient Arabic or something, or read it in Greek. He talks about the history of heaven and hell. He's like, that they're nowhere in the Bible. Ow, my foot! Oh, I've been digging my foot into the same spot in the whatever that thing is at the bottom of the car, floor mat, for like 30 minutes. As of yesterday, you were also 20 years ago. You were also 28. I'm a couple years older than several people. Come up with a name for my religion. It's not really a religion so much. It's just directly follow me. So whatever that would be. It's a cult. It's like, what do they call David Koresh's group? Oh, they did have a name. Yeah. So okay, never mind. Bad example. For other reasons as well. But what about the Jim Jones thing? Did he? Never mind. I'm not like him. I'm not like that guy. I'm very reasonable. I have 5 demands, mostly around car maintenance. Yeah, that mattress tag thing, is that really meant for the people who buy the mattresses? I thought it's just meant for like the stores, so they don't cut them off before they sell them to a customer. You don't got to worry about that. Don't worry about it. You tell them the Lord just looks the other way. If your mom or dad asks you, what are you doing? You can't cut that tag off. You say, don't worry. I checked with the Lord. He's cool. He looks the other way. Don't even worry about it. Just tell them relax. Don't even worry about it. Just relax. Maybe if I do get some more money, I try not to say like if I get a job, I want to try out Harry's razors just to see if they're, I think I have some memory of trying one and not liking it. But these Gillette Mach 3 razors, they're good for like 1.2 shaves before they get dull as a sharp stick, and they're so expensive. So I'm willing to try something. And Harry's razors, if they're cheap, I'll try. I can't remember if I tried like a Harry's razor or like a Dollar Shave Club, but whatever it was, I remember not being impressed. I remember thinking it's not that good. Okay, well, thank you so much. Chaotic Canine Culture, you've done enough to help out here. Go. Be well. I can't believe you spent that much. I really feel weird when people I know watch the stream, but thank you. Thank you for calling me God. I do appreciate that. And now you're going to set up your own stream. So, very good. My followers are carrying on the news and spreading goodwill to everyone. No animal sacrifices. Landlords, they're not even worthy. Like, you sacrifice a landlord to me. Yes, happy Spooktober to everyone. Thank you so much. Everybody subscribe to Chaotic Canine Culture. Follow him on Instagram. You heard it. He's going to be having giveaways and do a big charity stream on Halloween, 6 p.m. Pacific. No. 3 p.m. Pacific. Is that right? 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And he might go up to 24 hours, depending how active it is. So check him out. He's a real nice guy. I do remember my conversation with him clearly at the YouTube space. So I am God. I am telling you this. Help him out because he's helped me out quite a bit tonight. And he's definitely got my anointing, and he has been officially touched by an Angelo. I don't have to touch you in person. I can just touch you right here. Holy crap, giving away Nintendo Switches, art tablet, microphone, lots of gift cards. Hey, everybody. Man, his stream better get like at least tens of thousands of viewers, or you will suffer my wrath. How can you not watch that? I'll try and be there at some point, whenever I get on, because like I said, I'll be working on Halloween. But all right, go ahead. Go. Be well, Canine Culture. My son. Go. That's incredible. And like I said, he's got amazing music videos on his channel of these incredibly, all I can say is elegant, I guess that's the word, animations on his channel that get like hundreds of millions of viewers. Yes. Bill, as in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other and party on. And Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I haven't seen the third movie, but that movie is like all the sections where they're dealing with their doubles and they die and they go to hell. I mean, that is like genuinely thrilling. So incredible stuff. All right, and let me know in the comments if you subscribe to Chaotic Canine Culture. I know if you're watching on mobile, you can't really do it while you're watching the stream, but if you're on a desktop or a laptop, definitely you should be opening another tab and going to his channel and follow him on Instagram if you're on there as well. Ooh, excuse me. Yes, thank him. Thank him as one of my emissaries on Earth for making me smile. Thanks, sure, I guess. Yeah, I missed it for like 30 seconds. I wasn't watching. So that's really cool. Hey, what can I say? You know, that says it all. Just thank you, and I'll be trying to check out his stream. That sounds like fun. I've watched some of his streams where he's done music lately, and he has he posts on Instagram as well. So anyways, I've said it enough times about him. Check him out if you're watching this later. Same goes for you. No excuses. Yep, even God accepts tips. This Kia Soul didn't have their headlights on. Let's see if they put them on. Nope, no headlights yet. Now they're... Wait, let's see. Still not on. Getting a little lazy, a little complacent. Which way are they going? Going right? I think they're on now. Yeah. Holy crap, I guess I'll keep going. There's 19 people here. And it was only about 2.5 hours in. I got that donate. Who's going to come in here next? I'm trying to think who would come in here next. I didn't even, if I had thought who's one of the biggest YouTubers I know to come in, I wouldn't even have thought of him. But who's a YouTuber I really like? I don't watch a lot of YouTube lately. I'm just kind of busy with my writing and reading. Report of the week, there's one. But he doesn't seem like the guy who would drop in on a stream. I don't watch a lot of big channels, really. I watch mostly like documentaries and stuff anymore. So I don't know. H3H3? Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, Peaceful Rain, 825. Uh, Lluvia de Paz. Oh, I don't know how to say peaceful in Spanish. I know peace is paz, but peaceful? I don't know. But Lluvia de Paz 825 is hello God. Just saw your title and want to hear what God sounds like. Well, good. First of all, I'm glad you can accept that I'm God. A lot of people are these skeptical, these scientists. They're like, I don't know if I believe that. How can you disprove I'm God? You can't. The Bible is not true. That's not from God. I would know. I didn't write that. A bunch of hello. It says in there. It's a bunch of different authors spread over hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Hello. You think God would do that? Freaking dopes. And then it's Jesus character. Wow, look at this whack job. You know, jeez, what a guy. He's just not smart. Didn't even have cars. Didn't even know anything about reasonable car maintenance. And the other religions too. They're not true. They're not right either. Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism. No, not it. They're not doing it. Scientology. But yeah, I am God. I made everything. And now I just want to see what it's like. I'm catching up with everybody. I've been away for a while. I just want to see what have I done here? What's Earth like? Because a lot of things changed since the beginning of time. And now I'm just learning what it's like. I wanted to get the whole experience, including the overweight and living in my car and smell of taco tortillas in my trash bag because I try to cut down on the carbs. I don't eat those. When I get tacos from Daniel's Tacos, $2 each. It's still too much, but sitting at the park, shitting in porta potties, that whole deal, shaving at the water fountain in the park. Man, I'll try Harry's razors if I get a job. And sorry about the Trump virus. I didn't see that one coming. That was totally my bad. Yeah, who else would I look forward to on this channel to help me out? That's like a big YouTuber. I said that word weird. Big a YouTuber. I don't know many big YouTubers. A lot of the big ones that I liked are gone now, or they're not popular anymore. YouTube killed their channel. Yeah, but I don't really watch YouTube that much. I have a lot of subscriptions. I don't watch much, and when I do, it's like, documentaries, or I was watching some of Carl Sagan's Cosmos, which was just amazing to see. Finally, I could comprehend it, because, I wasn't mature enough. At like 13 billion years old, I wasn't mature enough to, but finally, the last week of reading Carl Sagan's The Demon Haunted World, I'm like, okay, now I get it. I understand the importance of it. Think about, why would I say I'm God if I wasn't? How would that make sense? What YouTubers are big ones? So Frankie McDonald, Report of the Week, but they're not the kind of people who drop in on streams like this. Yeah, I really don't know many popular YouTubers anymore. I might be watching you. That's true. You never know. No, I haven't seen Inspirational Nomad. Is he that Russian guy? Like, I saw there was a Russian guy who thinks he's basically like he's Jesus or something. And he has actual followers there. No, circumcision, definitely not a requirement. Totally elective surgery. Again, that was not my idea. Although, if they didn't finish it the first time, say they didn't quite do it all the way, you might want to go to a doctor and say, hey, while you're down there, mind taking a little off the top? But no, it's not totally unnecessary. Also, let's see, what else? Another rule for me. Another rule. Try to go to the grocery store when it's not too busy. That makes sense? Check your car's oil levels. No, okay. Enough with the car stuff. Here's one. Cut down on the sugar. Man, this sugar is nuts. There's drinks that got like 50 grams of sugar in it. Okay, 10 grams, 5 grams is enough to taste sweet. The reason they have that much, unless it's like just a processed fruit drink, which I guess the sugar's already in there. I don't know how they remove that, but the reason so much sugar is in certain foods is because a little bit just makes it sweet. A lot makes your brain crave it, so you get addicted, and it's horrible on your body. You feel terrible. You gain so much weight. It wears on your body and your organs, and the fat wears on it. And believe me, I can see the fat on my face and everything now, even though I barely have sugar. Don't have so much sugar. Cut that way down, please. Try and exercise sensibly as health permits, and your doctor, if you can afford a doctor in this country. If you read the Old Testament, that's what people tell me. And look, that's not my book. I did not author that, but I've heard about it. In Joshua, they were going around killing a bunch of people, and they killed all the Amalekites. They were ordered to commit genocide there. I'm like, I didn't order that. I got to put out a press release about that. All right, a little unfair about the sweatpants thing on certain people. I just say try and exercise. It'll help you, along with cutting down on sugar. If nothing else, do a few squats and push-ups a day. It'll just help you feel a little better. No, it's not really going to make you lose weight. It's just a nice bit of exercise. What time is it? 8:40. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's another tall tale. That did not happen. Didn't happen in the Bible. I mean, it happened in the Bible, but it didn't happen in real life. Sorry. You've been duped. Also, another one. Don't watch Fox News. Don't even bother. Hell, don't even watch much of CNN or MSNBC or what's the other one? ABC, NBC. But definitely Fox News, don't watch that. And do not watch Alex Jones or OANN, One American News Network. Don't watch those either. God, why were you speaking Spanish to me? Dios, ¿por qué estaba hablando español conmigo? No, wait. Would I say it? Dios, ¿por qué hablaba español? ¿Por qué hablaba ¿Por qué habló español? No, ¿por qué hablaba español conmigo? Me parezco como español o latina. I just like speaking Spanish sometimes. God is working on his Spanish, okay? Hey, Brian. You don't know what to say about the transition? I've been wearing this same pair of jeans every day for the last 7 months. And now because I've been walking through this park so much that has a lot of dirt that gets kicked up. There's like dirt caked all around the, I can't get my foot up high enough. Dirt caked up. Oh, I'm going to cramp up. all around there. Whatever, what am I going to do? Thank you, Grain Silo. See, God appreciates a good compliment. You don't have to grovel to me. I don't demand worship. Just be nice, you know? And click like, everyone. Why do we have 23 likes, 17 people? We probably had 100 people so far come in and out. There should be at least 100 likes. This doesn't make sense. As the author of creation, I'm telling you, this does not make sense. I mean, what the hell is going on? Also, about cars. If the keys, if the locks on the doors or the ignition cylinder get jammed up, Scotty Kilmer says you can try WD-40 on it. He says he does it. He's like, yeah, people say it's dangerous. It's not. It helps. I use this thing called, I forget what it's called now, dry lube or something. What's Tri-Lube? T-R-I lube. It's for bike chains. It's like a quick drying lube for like $5, a small bottle. I used it on my driver and passenger side door and the ignition. Cleared them up so much. So they're like 95% better. I couldn't even unlock the door from the driver's side before I used it. Now I use it. Key works. Same the ignition. It was getting stuck a lot. Now it's not quite 100% smooth, but it's much better. So, you know, get some lubricant for the locks in your car, all right? Don't call a locksmith. Well, I am God, and I've known that for some time now. So is that enough with the questioning? Why are you doubting me? You know, actually, I can tell you this as my followers. You are going to be persecuted. The world will persecute you for believing in me. Not for not believe, for believing in me. So the more you're persecuted, I want you to know that actually shows just how true what I'm saying is that I am God. It actually proves that it's true. The more people criticize you for it, the more it just shows I'm right. That I am God. Because see, how could I foretell it? How could I prophesize it if I'm not actually God? And why would I do it? Why would I make that up? What would I have to gain from it? Why would I say that? It doesn't make any sense. Look, there was no Jesus, okay? Relax. Relax about that guy. Frankly, I hear about this wacko. I'm like, I don't even know the guy. He's some kind of maniac or something. Don't associate him with me. They say I'm his father? No, that's not my son. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I mean, can you believe what they're telling me? They're telling me this guy, Jesus, is my son? I'm like, this is a first. I don't even know the guy. And the plan makes no sense. I would never do that. There's no heaven. There's no hell. Yeah, there's a God. Obviously, it's me. I'm here. It's proof. But frankly, I'm very disappointed. Not disappointed, just I look down on a lot of Jesus's followers. Like, what the hell are they thinking? What is going on? They're ruining the world. They're destroying the environment. They're trying to destroy people's rights. They're trying to install theocracy. They want the end of the world to come by by moving the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. They want to pollute the planet, and they think they can bring about an apocalypse, and who's going to care because they think they'll all be raptured. It's ridiculous. Now see what is that? I'm having a psychotic break. See, I'm being persecuted. Why would I? What did I say about that? I already told the prophecy about that, and it's coming true. It is so obvious. Do you see now the signs that anyone here doubt before? Because I bet you're not doubting now. How could I figure that out, that I would be criticized for saying the truth, which is that I'm God, unless I actually am God? When you can prophesize things like that to that close a degree, accurate a degree, and look, it only took like, what, 2 minutes for it to come true. That means pretty much whatever I say is right. This jackass had an Audi, hitting their gas too hard. I will say the music's at a reasonable volume. It's a little loud, not my taste to be in, but I'm not going to object to it as far as being nearby. It's when it gets really painful to listen to. That's the annoying part. Also, health hygiene tip: floss. You should floss. That actually is legit. No joke, it's good for your health. Because bacteria, food gets trapped between your teeth, it rots your teeth, but then bacteria are in there. Bacteria are in there, and they eat the food, and they literally defecate in your mouth. It causes bad breath, and it causes gum disease. And when you get gum disease, that can be a huge killer, because that literally can cause problems like go into your bloodstream and go into your heart. If you floss, I do it every day, and I wait until after I eat my first main meal of the day, because lately it's just like one meal, and then little snacks, oatmeal. But I'll floss after I eat, and I can feel the difference and get food out from between my teeth. It helps a lot. So floss and brush at least twice a day. Oh, and if you're in California, have a to-go bag, ready in your car with toothbrushes, toothpaste, water, mouthwash, maybe an extra pair of clothes, some freeze-dried food, some long-lasting food, because there's earthquakes and there's, what's the other one? Fires. Again, 100% my fault on both of those, because I created this universe the way it is. Thank you, Peaceful Rain. Well, I work in mysterious ways, that's all I'll say. If you think I'm a dentist, okay. But you will soon be corrected mightily. This toothpaste is alright. I don't know the difference between toothpastes, which are good or not. Oh, this one's better, this one. Tom's of Maine. I never heard of this before. I don't think I heard of this before I came to LA. Whatever. Seems good. I got it from the food bank. No soy dentista. Oh, don't do what this jackass did and drive on the wrong side of the road in a parking lot. Don't be lazy like that. What is that? Chrysler 200, no lights on, speeding through the parking lot like an animal. Are they gonna turn their lights on? Still not on. I think they just turned them on. Yeah. Maybe I should hit the teeth a little more. Also, if you have toothbrushes in your backpack or gym bag, whatever, put them in a toothbrush holder. You gotta clean it out once in a while too. Jesus, look, he was just an amalgamation of a bunch of myths. I didn't do that. I'm still looking into it. What could have went wrong? I'm still doing it's like the autopsy, or they call it in TV shows, the post-mortem. Like after a talk show, they'll meet and say, okay, what went right in the show? What went wrong? How can we change things? I'm still working this one out backwards. Like, I'm just as lost as you guys on this, but I'm piecing it together here and there, different accounts from people. Because, like I said, I was gone. I was out of the picture, out of the universe for like 13 billion years. And so I'm just getting caught up in everything now. And click like me, damn it. Gotta help the channel out, gotta help it survive. What if there's some other big YouTuber out there waiting to donate money to me and they don't know because you schmoles didn't click like, okay? Now I know you don't like hearing that kind of language, strict language from me, but I gotta give you the punishment, to correct you sometimes. It's not all smiles for God, It's not all happy times here. Yeah, I am still awake. I normally would try and be sleeping by now, or at least have been trying to sleep. Oh boy, this trash bag weighs like 100 pounds now with my you know what? No, not my droppings. My number one. So I better switch things, share it between two trash bags, because that is gonna. These trash bags are strong, but that weighs quite a bit. Damn, this place is clearing out. almost forgot what I was going to do. You aren't going to want to see this. This is kind of gross, so I will just put this up here. Ugh, this is gross. Oh, he smells. Alright, that's a little more reasonable. I say a little bit. Ew, it is still nasty. There are 2 trash bags now. You can see me in the reflection. Oops. I actually command you, don't imagine me peeing. Please. Come on. Although I'm about to, but I don't want to dump out this water. I want to drink because I know I always get really thirsty after I take a whiz. Alright, I'm going to mute the microphone. Wow. That's right, I am raining into my own bottle. I don't know when I'm going to do a sleep stream again. You know, maybe I'll do one because this phone is working much better live streaming when the temperature's cooler. And now that it's cooling down, it doesn't cut out nearly as much. It was doing it so badly when it was hotter out. So maybe that was a big problem and I can do it more reliably. I might do it, I don't know. The one thing is I do have to make sure it's fully charged, and I want to make sure my portable phone charger is fully charged. But I've been going for 3.5 hours. It cut out like once or twice, and it automatically rejoined after it cut out. Other times it'll cut out and just stop, and I have to go and click start a video and resume my old live stream. It's really annoying. Well, don't worry. Even though, yeah, maybe you could see a reflection of me, you still couldn't see anything because I had my back turned, and I have the sleeping bag up in the across the center console here, so you really couldn't see anything. No, I'm not going to do a sleeping video tonight. Because even though I think I might have enough charge to do it, but my phone and the portable charger would practically be dead if it would even last the whole night, so I'm not going to do that tonight. You did not see anything. No, I will not be making an OnlyFans account. The helicopter. Can you hear that? Still 15 people here. I am gonna lie down though. I seriously don't want to be sleep deprived because it makes me dissociate more and it's bad for my health and all that. It just stresses me out to be sleep deprived and street deprived. 9 o'clock. Oh boy, and wait, this is a pain in the ass always. Do I have enough water bottles to last the night? That's the other big question. I've got 2 Fiji bottles. I got a huge one, a water bottle. But the thing is, I don't want to have to waste a huge bottle and like dump out all the water. And I've got some more of the smaller ones in my trunk, but I already have to get more smaller ones, damn it. I went through like 3 just now. Hello, Christina. Well, yes, I am God, and I am homeless and live in my car. I'm seeing how you humans live. I created everything, but I've been gone for a while. Didn't really catch up, and now I'm trying to get reacquainted with how everybody lives, and it's something. You know, it is quite an ordeal. Gotta admit. And I'm trying to get a job. Oh shit! I don't know. All I can do is just keep applying. That's it. And I forgot I want to duct tape it. Can't see it, this part. It's torn, so it's like there's this little gap here where you can see in the window. I gotta duct tape that together. Kind of annoying. I'll show you what I mean. Because I keep grabbing it by that spot, so it started tearing there. See? That hole. Right there. So anyways, I gotta fix that. But I have duct tape in my trunk, I just don't feel like getting it. Yeah, I know, but I don't want reflective ones. I like these black ones that I cut out of cardboard and I spray painted myself. What the hell? I'm not that lazy. I'll get the duct tape. There you go. Pretty good, that did it. Doesn't need to be great because it's not like it's holding a lot of weight. Yeah, that's much better. Got some water bottles too. Slide into the sleeping bag. No, I don't cover the back window. Why bother? People aren't coming up to the car and like staring inside, so who cares? Gotta remember, I gotta try and set up an interview with that damn retail store. See if they're still offering a job unloading trucks. Because no way I'm working a register. And the thing is, I can't really tell them that in the page to sign up for an interview. It's just like it's a page where you just click what day you're available to interview and what time. So hopefully it's still offering me something and it didn't expire. If not, oh well, wasn't worth it anyways, because those bimbos waited way too long to try and offer me an interview. Crumb bums. Temperature, I think it's probably around 60 degrees now, maybe a little over 60. It's not exactly cold, but it's a little slightly in the cold territory. And click like, everyone. Man, these jeans have not been washed in 7 months, and they don't smell bad, but they have a little must to them. I've been working out in them every day, and as always, when I go to sleep, I don't just lie down. I always put my big water bottles that I shower with in the sleeping bag down by my legs, so they warm up just a little bit, so they're not cold in the morning. Spray Febreze on it, I doubt that'll help. No, I'm not filming myself sleeping. Yeah, I hate register jobs. I just don't want to work with customers. I can't stand it. Alright, it's 9:11. If I don't start trying to rest now, I'm going to be up way too late and sleep deprived. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.